It says we're live right now, but it said that a bunch of times, and just nothing comes up. Oh, now we got it. Now we got it. Someone said we need music. I need a revolver.
Yeah, I can confirm you're up and running.
What's that?
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Okay.
We're live.
Could you hear me say I need a revolver?
I turned the volume down on the tablet. Hold on a sec.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah,
guys. I'm extremely sorry. I was trying to get it so these guys could get the stream on their channel too. And clearly I'm a moron, so that didn't happen. So I apologize. There are 19. What other one? The one that got canceled on us? You like Pantheon's hat? Is that like a Nacho Libre wrestling mask under the beer?
Yeah, that's a luchador. I'm a luchador.
That's Pantheon. Wrestler. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I totally apologize. It's Pantheon's fault. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Nacho Libre. There should be no feedback in this at all. I think we got those things straightened out. But did you get the second email? You did, right?
Yes. Yeah, I'm on the second email link right now. That one allowed the restream option. Yeah.
Okay. So I was saying right before we got cut off for whatever reason, I'm not watching the fight. Before we got cut off, that I was going to play like the last 3 minutes of that interview with Jackson from the SEC. And since everything got screwed up, I guess, do you want to just play it and then we can talk about and start pulling people from the chat that want to comment?
Yeah, I saved that video for tonight. I haven't watched it all yet because I knew you were going to do it.
Oh, you haven't?
Yeah, I'm ready for an open, honest reactions.
All right. Oh, that would be good. All right. So let me see here. I'm going to make the screen so we can get my screen up here. I'm going to add source or share screen. If anything happens, I'm done. Okay, here we go. We got it there. Yep, nice. Okay. The only thing I'm afraid to go full screen because I'm afraid it might lag a little, so I'm just going to play it this way. So it's not full, but, close enough. All right, I'm going to take my mic off.
It's a bonkers narrative that money corrupts the worker, but it only elevates the corporation.
It's the fair thing to do, but it's also the economically sane thing to do, to understand that money's equally capable, if not more so, of corrupting a corporation. And to the degree that you keep handing them this money when there's trouble, they're going to keep acting like people who are going to get money when there's trouble. And that's unlikely.
And take that short-term gain. So in the future, where do you see the future of accountability, the future of regulation, and maybe even the movement of retail investors as a powerful force to recalibrate this market?
So first of all, if you want more accountability on Wall Street and from the SEC, the first thing you have to do is get some transparency around the money finance gives to Congress.
Job one.
Because you looked at Gary Gensler and you said, you're taking coffee donations and you're up against Jamie Dimon. Right. I don't like your chances. And of course you're right, John.
I walked into your coffee room today. There's a little sign that says coffee donations welcome. We're at the SEC.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Now, we could use some more resources, that is for sure.
Congress makes sure that he doesn't get money that he needs to do that job. So I think we should sort of point our attention where it belongs, which is to the degree that you can give money in secret to support political campaigns, corporations are going to do that. and it's going to influence policy. So the first thing I would do would be to say the SEC can and should have a rule that says if you spend money on politics, you got to disclose that to your investors. Now, as I pointed out to you before, Congress has written a law saying the SEC can't make that rule because they like the money they're getting from corporations. But if it were up to me, if I were in this administration, it would be my first, second, and third priority to get rid of that rule and to let the SEC do its job.
This is purposefully obtuse. Our financial system is designed to be a labyrinth that is impenetrable by anybody that is not a part of it.
That's right. So the first thing you have to do, in my view, is get that money out of the system so Congress can make laws that are designed to not allow that to happen. That's first. Second, I think once you get these resources into the SEC, and John, this is not a sexy answer, but I think it's the right answer. It's a technology issue. Like you heard Gensler say that they're spending $200-300 million a year on technology. I was at the SEC. I saw some of that technology at work, and it's great, and the people work very hard. But that's what Citadel and JP spend on technology in a month. That's not a serious technology spend. So you'll have to have the SEC catch up on things like that if you want to get those. And then I think you're right. I think there is some degree to which the American public and retail investors need to be able to talk to the SEC and help them figure out how to move forward on these things. I think I know the SEC is learning from the GameStop and AMC experiences, but if I'm being honest, I think if we don't get money out of this political money out of the system, we're unlikely to be able to do any of that because it'll continue to be Congress's view that the SEC shouldn't get the budget they need for the kind of accountability you want.
And maybe it's also a shift that the stock market is not the heartbeat and pulse of the American economy. Our economy is 70% consumer spending and a ton of small businesses. And the truth is these publicly traded companies are a portion of it, but a distorted view of what the health of the real American economy is. And yet it's the ticker that you see on TV all day long. And it gives the false impression that the stock market is our country's economy. And I think that skewed picture is what makes it so politically difficult to change anything.
I think that's right, because as we said earlier, it's just not politically feasible as a strategy for someone to come out and say, the stock market's kind of high. We've been on a bull run for like 10 years. Maybe that's not a thing.
Yeah.
It's set up to be that complicated so that it's very, very difficult to understand and fix.
I really appreciate you kind of coming by and giving us that inside perspective on the SEC and your experiences there. And in terms of your optimism of any of those things changing, what would you say is the most likely to be put into place, if any of them?
When I was on the SEC, the first meeting you have when you get that job is here are the ethical rules. And they sat down with me. Now, I'm a guy who only owns mutual funds. I don't trade stocks. They sit down with me and they say, just so you know, you can trade stocks whenever you want. You just have to disclose it to us after you're done. And I remember saying to the lawyer, are you fucking crazy? What? I'm a commissioner of the SEC. You want to let me trade stocks? Are you insane?
Right.
Like, I'm not going to trade stocks just because I don't want to look like the guy that you would be if you were trading stocks as an SEC commissioner.
Guys that run the regional Fed, the very organization whose monetary policy has been inflating stock assets, those guys can trade stocks.
So in my view, that is bad for everybody. Because never will it be the case where guys like you and me are going to look at those trades and be like, oh, I'm sure it's a coincidence.
It's a coincidence that they divested all of their funds of pandemic stocks just as this thing was cracking.
No, man, that's bad for everybody. It doesn't make any sense at all to let Fed officials, members of Congress, their staff, it doesn't make any sense at all to allow them to trade like this. It's bad for everybody. It was bad for me that they let me trade and I didn't. And they shouldn't. So that's a law that I think could pass and will actually. Because even members of Congress know that being in a position where people are asking you a year later about trades during a pandemic is bad.
Excellent. All right, my friend. Well, thank you so much, Rob, for joining us. We very much appreciate the conversation. I'm sure it'll be a continuing conversation and should get fixed somewhere around April, from what I understand. So we should be in good shape. So we'll check back in after that. But thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks again, John.
Oh, what do you think? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. So first I'll say hi to everyone tonight. It's a partial face reveal because I am actually a luchador. So you're going to get a little bit of a face reveal, but not the full face. Get into your question and getting serious. That's the first time I've seen that clip. I intentionally held off on that clip because I just wanted to see it live with you tonight here. And that's some pretty unbelievable stuff. I've heard. Yeah, thanks, Purple Sky. I've been lifting. I've heard that this video series is pretty amazing, and it reminds me what he's saying of cheaters in almost any facet. Like, for example, take the steroid abusers in Major League Baseball. They were always a few years behind in the technology for catching the steroids as they were in the guys who were doing the cheating. The people on the watchdog side in almost anything are always years or many iterations behind the people that are doing the cheating, because the people doing the cheating are incentivized to find ways around it. And the guys who were doing the game aren't incentivized to think of original ways to cheat. They're thinking of ways, how do they catch what's happening today, right? So unfortunately, Gary Gensler's team is always going to be behind in trying to catch these guys because they don't know what the next. That is my body, Susan. I enjoy. But in all seriousness, it's something you can't imagine how many ways they're going to find to cheat. So I understand when he says that, but boy, he, the whole collecting coffee thing is just absurd.
I honestly, that probably shocked me the least. I'm like, oh, really? I think Howard Stern had that in his coffee room too. But yeah, that really changed my mind about a lot of things after watching that. I don't see any reason why that man would have to come out and make things up, right? So whatever he just said there, I mean, of course, we could fact check him on everything, but which I was trying to do before we came on here, because this whole interview is fascinating me. And Tony was the one who said that this was the best interview out of all of them. And not only is it the best interview, but it's the most informative, because Gensler's interview was, I don't know. It didn't even seem scripted, right? Because it's Jon Stewart, and I don't know. I mean, I'm sure his stuff is written for him, of course, but he can go off the cusp sometimes. He did it to Colbert that night live on the show about Wuhan, and for him to, like, I didn't even feel like he was really pressing. Like, they were smirking and laughing with each other. So I thought that was even too buddy. I mean, I would have pressed him a lot harder on the issues, been like, what do you mean you can't get the budget? Like, this should be one of the most important things that the House committee votes on to make sure it's funded properly. If not, like, overly, that more than it needs to be, to make sure that the markets are fair, right? It's supposed to be a free capital market, and it's not right now. And that just totally changed my mindset on everything, because up until this time, and I think I might have talked to you about this before, Pantheon, but I said, I have no faith in politicians. I think they're all corrupt. They're all crooked. Doesn't matter what side of the aisle they're on. I have no faith in them. I don't think they represent their constituents anymore. I think they've all lost their way. But now it's like, so what's the next step then? What's the next step that needs to be taken by retail? Now, and I know a lot of us, I'm going to start getting to the chat in like 2 seconds, guys. Don't worry. But what, when, damn it, I just lost my train of thought. Oh, about Congress. Yeah. So I think, what's the next step? What is the next logical step that we need to take as a community? And I know a lot of people aren't going to trade after the MOAS, right? A lot of people are going to pull their money out, as I might as well. I just don't know what the market's going to be like, or we have no idea. But for the future generations that are coming up, and I think Stewart's right, as a little bit, we should probably try to get away from the market as being like the main place where capital should flow, instead of, being like they talked about. I mean, you used to be able to put in the bank at 5%, but because you can't get those anymore, because you can't make any money, everyone just, there's that extra flow of money what they say that we've already traded in the market in January and February more than we did all of 2021. I mean, that's crazy. That's a lot of retail trading in there. A lot. I think the number was astronomical, but it was something like that. We've put more money into the market in the last 2 months than we have the previous 12. So, but it just changed my whole mindset, because now it's like, when you hear all those things, all those obstacles that are in our way, there's only one way to clean it up, and you have to start at the top. There is no other way in. You have to take down the infrastructure from the top down and put a new one into place. And of course, I'm not saying anything about a violent reaction or anything like that, but there needs to be a turnover, I think, in DC. What do you think?
Yeah, the strongest thing we can do is speak with our votes and decide who we're going to be putting in office. Like, there's a good argument to be said that it doesn't matter Republican or Democrat which way you go. It's all one big system, and it's all just the facade of different faces to vote for, but you really don't end up with a lot of difference. I don't know if I fully believe that, but we certainly have independent people who run. I mean, I can say I'm in Canada. I can say in Canada we get independents that run all the time, and it's very difficult to get enough people to support them. But those are the people I know that want real change, you know? So you're right. It starts at the top. That's where we got to make this thing happen. But the deeper you dig into this, and that's what we've discovered over the last 13, 14 months in this, the whole system's rigged. And, you know, there's incentives all the way through for people to know what's happening and who's doing what. The whole fact that they can argue that commissioners and Congress can be allowed to trade stocks when they have the direct inside information as to the decisions that get made for what influences the stock market is just right in itself completely asinine.
You said you didn't catch any of the interview, right?
I am aware through I think Trey did a video on the Gary Gensler portion, and I managed to catch a little bit of that conversation in the chats. I didn't really watch it in deep, but that's where they talked about, I think, the coffee and some other stuff. I can tell you, I work on billion-dollar hospital projects in my real life as an architect and a head of construction. And the health authority for the government, they're in a similar situation. They don't have crap for coffee. Every time we meet, they want me to take them to Starbucks. So it's it's kind of consistent with the government. I guess they try not to show how they waste money, yet we know they completely waste money everywhere we turn around. But the Gensler part that I'm aware of, and correct me if I'm wrong, was basically how he just kind of the fact that he's nothing more than a finer, and he's slapping fines on people. But if you want something to be done, he's not the guy for the job, which is a true statement.
Yeah, that is true, right? But the other thing was the fact that the New York Stock Exchange is an entity that is for profit, but also is not beholden to law because they, are considered a regulator. That's crazy to me, right? The insider trading thing is nuts. I mean, just every level and every peel of the onion that you pull back on, more shit just comes out, and you're like, man, where does it end? It seems like the never-ending story. We just can't get to the bottom of it. And it's funny because I get mad at people sometimes when they're like, oh, where's your DD? What are you doing? And it's like, when you go down this wormhole, there's all different places that you end up, for sometimes for days trying to figure out what's going on. So yeah, I thought this was very eye-opening, though. If everything that he said can be fact-checked, which I see no reason to doubt him, but that really concerned me because I'm thinking this is something you have to take out root and stem and start fresh.
Yeah, just looking at your comment, I'd say Susan Harbor. I wouldn't call this FUD, and I wouldn't call this people doubting tonight. I don't know if you're referring that to us here at section, but
Yeah, why is everyone doubting?
we are having a conversation.
We're just stating facts.
Yeah. Maybe she didn't mean that towards us. Maybe she's met my lats.
By your jacked physique. Yeah. Yeah, you look like an Adonis. Adonis with beer cans on his head.
Yeah. Well, you got to lift those beer cans up.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
the
system is against us. We know that. It's like a casino, guys. Like, season. Sorry about that. My apologies, Susan. Tim is rigged like
sorry,
a casino.
Susan.
I'll
put your comment up.
Yeah,
I don't know what all the negativity is.
Hopefully we can help alleviate that through some of the conversation we have tonight. Because while the system is a casino rigged against us, we covered so many pieces that have forced change that otherwise they would have never gone with, and covered so much. We are actually instruments of change in this process, and I think everyone should be proud of that.
Yeah, I'm saying no, definitely not. I was saying last night in the video that I made that none of these things probably would be occurring right now without us. So if you're looking at anything that's been accomplished so far, we have a role in, I don't know, at least 50% of it. I mean, the guys that started GameStop, they really got the ball rolling, right? But we've kind of just like taken it at midfield. And I feel the same way about the other AMC guys. I was talking to someone earlier today, and they were saying how they felt left down, that the big YouTubers back in the first half of the year, like, didn't get organized, didn't really. And, that could have a lot to do with age and experience. They were all young traders. Like, that would probably be a heavy burden to put on them. But I wish that the people who had blown up back then were just a little more maybe knowledgeable, or had a better fix on the market, even though we did have a huge inside, leaker. But, it never really became, it was kind of grassroots, right? But I feel like the back end now, that these apes on this side of 72 are almost tougher than the apes that had to, because when we got in, it ran up, and it was, we ping pong for a long time between like 8 and 14. But after that, it was pretty much smooth sailing. So any of us who got in after June 3rd, for them to still be holding now is even a bigger accomplishment, right? This could have been over a while back, right? Everyone could have panicked. So that's even like a bigger shout out to this community for hanging on to this stock and not giving up, in my opinion. You want to say something?
Yeah, sorry, I had a delay in getting on mute because of the fan on my end. I'm with you 100%. I think you're 100% right. When they ran it up to the 70s, there are some people who dropped out, and according to what Adam Aaron said, and guys, remember, he has access to the DTC sheets, so people are questioning how the hell is Adam Aaron supposed to know what the current vote is, or what the current shareholder quantity is. They have access to the DC sheets where they actually can find that information out, but no CEO on any company is going to come out and say how many synthetic shares or naked shorts they are. None of them want to get sued. So we got to just set that up. But, could have jumped out in the 70s, and others bought in. We've got a strong contingent. And if anything, all they've done in this last 6-7 months is just completely make us stronger, right? Those that are still remaining. We've been through so many ups and downs. There's no way we're going to sell at 18. You got to be kidding me.
Yeah. Yep. I know. I think about that a lot, especially since the turn of the year. I mean, turn of the year. Since we crossed over into 2022, this was going to be a test. Are you going to be able? How long can you hang? And man, so far it's been pretty amazing to see that we have not. I mean, we really haven't missed too much of a beat since we dropped out of that $40 range. We've just never been able to get back up over the 20, and because I feel like that jump might be really quick. that $20 to $40 range where we could get back up to that quickly, you know, if we could just break that 20.
Yeah, I agree. I think that if they want to slam some people out, they're going to have to make a really quick run, right? Like right after the 70, they should have followed that up with another one right afterwards. And that would have had people start to think, you know, oh, we hit 70, we hit 70 and bounced down. Geez, it's happened twice. Now what? But the way they manipulated it is so freaking obvious. You know, AA tried to give us a hint about how many shareholders we've got, how much we own of the float. If you want to discuss that, we can. But that right there tells you, though, that through all these games and tricks, there's still all of us sitting there, whether we've been replaced or not. There's 8 shares ready to keep going. I'm not going anywhere, you know, especially with opening weekends like Batman, where we're crossing over $120 million, and it's out at the theaters. And by the way, let me just tack onto that. The whole fundamental conversation, and I just want to hit on this if I could really quick. I'm sorry, but
go for it.
People like to say that fundamentals don't matter. And look, if you're in a squeeze play to jump into a short squeeze, you're right. The fundamentals don't really matter in that sense. But when you've been sitting in the play for 13 months amidst all the corruption, amidst all of the going on, the longer this play takes for us, and the more AMC improves its company fundamentals, the more that the story of why the short thesis exists doesn't make sense. So as we get to, people say to me, I made a video on the popcorn. People say, why did you bother with that? What's the point of popcorn? Well, the point of popcorn is more revenue that we were making before on a product where the others are all judged. Are they the closest to tasting like theater popcorn? And we are theater popcorn, right? We are we are the measuring. So for them to jump into that business, even if they can turn that into 500 million, if they get 15% market share, they turn that into $250 million a year at 15% market share. When you've got Or Redenbacher and Pop Secret controlling 95% of the market share, it's not unreasonable. Yeah. It's not unreasonable to think that AMC won't cut into that. And when we do, that helps pay down the debt. Sorry, Mass.
Yep. You could get into it. You could get a nice chunk out of that. Absolutely. Yep. I don't know how much brand loyalty there is out there right now. And especially if somehow AHA can save some money. I mean, I went grocery shopping today. I was shocked. I was really shocked when I got to the checkout. I thought I maybe had $50 worth of stuff in my carriage, and it came out to $97. So like the same stuff that I always buy. I guess it's been a little while since I bought that stuff, like all those, you know, like just the necessities that you need, like coffee and creamer, stuff like that. $97. It was, I would say I spent another $35-$40 than I would normally spend on nothing special. I mean, I wasn't buying steak tips and shrimp, you know, it was some like soup, like just real basic stuff. And I couldn't believe it. I'm like, this is absolutely insane. And on top of that, to boot, half of the shelves are empty. If you want to go to any of the smaller stores around here, they can't keep up with product, dairy, and they're charging you more. It's getting out of hand. Yeah, Brandon's got to do something. Let's see. Javi is saying he spent $300 on his kids every 2 weeks for food. My God. Yeah, I guess now my bill's going to be $100 a week, so that's fun. I'm glad that just doubled up on me for absolutely no reason. That has nothing to do with me. I didn't do anything to cause that. Neither did anybody in this chat. Pantheon, how is supply chain? You guys having issues or no?
We're not having issues with keeping the shelves filled outside of the Frito-Lay's line of chips, because of course the potato chips, because that's a whole different issue. Just so you guys, the main Canadian grocers basically told Frito-Lay's to take off because they were price gouging way above anyone else. So they told them to get lost, and now they're not doing up here. I could care less about potato chips. But like, you know, I'd go there and I'd look at the chicken, I'd look at steaks, I'd look at them, and walk by those aisles right now. My eyes bug out. Like what used to be a $5 piece of throwaway lamb that you might want to just cook up and throw into a stew or something. Now you're $15, $20 is just absolutely baffling. And gas prices, yes, Luke killed my MX uncle. You're right. Gas prices here are absolutely crazy.
Someone asked, what store do I go to? So the closest one to me is Shaw's. That's like a New England brand, and they're pretty expensive. There is a grocery store chain up here that's cheaper, but it's a little ways from me, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm already fed up with the nonsense, and we're not even 2 months into 2022. It's just like, I saw that possibly, because of the war now, that they might change and not do a tack on 50 on the interest rate. Did you hear that? They might drop it at 25.
No, I haven't heard that part yet.
No.
No, go ahead. I'm eager to hear.
I thought Powell. Let me look. See if I can find the article real quick. Okay, so this is from Seeking Alpha, but this isn't anything like that they can manipulate. So it just says that in his last time he spoke here, he spoke and said that possibly we will only try to go with a 0.25 hike. Okay, so apparently, okay, so here's the update. This came from 10:30. He's in support of a 25 basis point rate hike at the March meeting. So now I know people were saying that we were possibly factoring in 50, so that could be good, right? I mean, or bad, because inflation could get completely nuts.
Well, yeah, for the economy, a 0.25 rate, that's good. The higher that rate goes up in the shorter term, the worse it is for everyone. Now, in the purposes of AMC squeeze and the purposes of money getting expensive and stocks dropping and margin calls being hit by that result, a raise would be better for us as apes. But for the rest of the people, that would be devastating, especially those with variable rate mortgages. So, we got to take this in context.
Yeah, sucks, right? Like, you don't want to see someone else suffering because at your gain, you know what I mean? Like, that's not. And none of us ever came into this play planning on hurting anyone, right? Except for a very small group of people. And it's like in the meantime, in the last 12 months, 13 months, it's like everything else is falling apart around us. We're still all here, but no one else can get their shit together, unfortunately.
Yeah, I know. People like to say they think that they get the feeling that people know about this. The reality is, the vast majority of people have no absolute clue what's going on, and they know nothing about what we're in. So when this thing finally has happened, and of course none of us wanted this squeeze to happen if it meant everybody else can't afford gas, can't afford daycare, can't afford food, and if it meant people were going to be dying in a war. We're not going to get into that details here tonight, but we didn't want those kind of things to happen for the squeeze to take place. Now, if those things are going to happen, it's good that we are involved in this play, because we're going to be able to help those around us and our loved ones, to keep things kind of moving forward. When these expenses get vastly more out of control, we'll be in a position to help. But we're not going to be able to be in a position to help everyone. And as they say in the movie The Big Short, just don't panic.
Right. Yep. This is not on us. We did not cause this. And someone was saying earlier today, like, what happened back with GameStop, the more you think about how sinister that move was and how it really didn't even need to happen technically. I mean, I know they were getting calls, but they had time because they ended up finding capital somewhere, right? Oh, the other thing before I forget, in the Stewart interview, he was talking about how we've kind of lost our way too with the fundamentals of the market itself, right? Not just when buying and selling stocks, and looking at numbers. But he was talking more about how we've almost put, well, first of all, we inflated them in the last 2 years with all the money. He was basically saying that we've gotten 2 bailouts in the last 10 years. Not just, he's saying that in the last 2 years, they basically got another bailout. And I would agree with him on that. I mean, I remember doing a video back in like maybe October or November, talking about how they were already doing all that lending before the pandemic. It was October and November of 2019 when the Fed came out and said they're going to start doing like 130, whatever the number was. It wasn't that high at that time, and then the pandemic hit, and they kind of just, it was like a tsunami wave. Like they had been building it up as we ran to March, and then in March, like the floodgates just opened, and then it was, it got out of hand, and now it's coming back down to earth. And we just got to hope that, and which I believe that we're good. I mean, I don't think AMC is in any trouble at all. I really don't. But I don't like the way the rest of it is. Like he said, there's with no other alternative. You're always gonna. This is the only alternative. And now you are sucking in all their money from retail. So you have new investors, young investors with no experience, and they've been crushing it on options for the last 8 months. I mean, they must have made a fortune off of retail from options. I can only imagine. But it's just the fundamentals. Everything's broken down about it, and it's a little disheartening. But the good news is that it doesn't have to stay that way. We just got to push the envelope, because I feel like now, after listening to that interview, I'm like, there's just no way, if you don't put your foot on the gas right now and you take your foot off the accelerator, we will never be back to this. And not that this is immensely organized, but we're organized enough to where we could make some noise. And I don't know if we'll ever get back here again. I don't know who will bring us back to this point of the story. What do you think?
Yeah, there's always, the amount of stuff we've uncovered and the certainty that I have that we're going to have this squeeze. They can delay it, but they can't stop it. It's going to set off a chain reaction of events where people are going to be, held accountable with air quotes. No one's going to go to jail for it as much as they should. But in the end, they'll just find the new way to get around the system. And, in 10, 15 years, we'll probably be back in some other big problem like the 2008 mortgage-backed security issue, the whole CDOs. None of that was truly dealt with. They just kept, paying more money into the system to cover it up. And I believe, was it Biggums or somebody uncovered there was about $30 trillion of digital money that got brought over that still hasn't come back. I mean, the amount of stuff Biggums has found has been fascinating.
They don't know where that money is.
No. and
how do you lose $30 trillion?
Yeah. And you brought up the amount of money they made on options with people losing their upfront fees. That's what bothers to hear anybody say there's only X amount of dollars and every share we sell just dilutes of us. So there's only so much money. So pops, that's all you get is that share. Who? Show me this pot of money. Show me.
I'm so tired of hearing that.
Show me where the government and all these hedge funds, show me where they've got this. It's only what, 1 trillion or 2 trillion. Show me where that is and how exactly that's the only amount of money to us when they want to go to war, there's as much money as they need. When they want to bring in refugees, which is important, there's as much money as they need. And when they want to bail out Wall Street, there's as much money as they need.
Mm-hmm. And when they feel like that they want to fund the police, miraculously, they're going to fund the police. Oh, you got to love it. Gotta love it. Anything for a vote, anything to stay in power. We'll just completely switch our narrative that we had not even 6 months ago. Beautiful people. Yeah, precious. All right, let's see here. Justice for All says the Fed, I'm going to try and get some comments. We're just blabbing here. The Fed asked for 10 years for releasing the actual document, 29 trillion in the bail of 2008, right? And then we went over some of the Pantheon. Did you go over some of those documents too? I know I thought me and you were looking into them at the same time back like a month and a half ago. Was that you?
I was one of the people that started looking into it too, but that's I think been done by Bigums.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, that was another thing, right? That the SEC is getting outspent by by the hedge funds every month, or I believe he said every month they're spending $200 to $300 million for technology upgrades, and then he mentioned about them hopping over on servers so that they could get the numbers coming through a little earlier. It was like the never-ending story of bullshit that shouldn't be happening. Like none of it sounded good for retail. None of it. Not one damn thing that came out of his mouth.
Right.
And so when there's all this talk about Gensler, I'm like, where in this man's history has he been this dragon slayer, that's come out of something from Game of Thrones? Like, what? I don't understand where this thought is that he is, this wrecking ball. I mean, I guess time will tell, but he didn't seem too concerned when talking to Stewart and admitting that the market was effed.
No, and if you go back in 2018, Gary Gensler did a series of lectures at MIT, and I got a whole video series. I got to broadcast the whole series, educational material. But when you whole series, it becomes very clear from Gary where his intentions in 2018 before he had the position, where his mind was at for what's possible with the hedge funds and with Wall Street and what's not possible. And he's consistent with what he's acting and saying right now versus what he was saying in 2018. It's very consistent. So to be honest, this isn't new information, but the narrative that's been put out by others is that he's the white knight coming in to save all of us. And his whole career, as you've clearly stated, wasn't he a Goldman Sachs executive for 20 years, became a VP or a president or a partner or whatever the hell he was. Right?
He's the youngest partner ever. Youngest partner ever.
Yeah. He was part of the Clinton campaign. These people all just sort of shift around. And it's even worse from hedge funds to the SEC. There should be a rule about people leaving the SEC and going for a hedge fund. Yet there's no requirements or waiting periods to do any of that. Yet, anyways, I don't want to miss too many comments here.
No, that's cool. I'm curious. About what?
No, sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say,
he was asking about the green helmet.
Oh, his beer helmet. Yeah, what kind of beer is in there anyways? What kind of beer is it?
Oh, that's, what is it?
Is that Mickey's?
It's got to be, let's say it's a special Guinness for now.
Okay. All right. What was it? What was it? What did you just leave off with? I don't know why I'm losing my train of thought tonight. I'm tired. What did you just leave off with? What was the last thing you said, Pantheon?
Oh, we're getting off topic. We should probably just jump into the comments.
Jump in the comments, right? That's what I want to do. Okay. Carl J says fines are too insignificant. Yeah, it's another thing, right? Hold on.
Right.
I suck at running this tonight. Oh, here it is. I was looking for this comment right here about the fines. That was another thing he was saying about the fines. And John Stewart said to him, he says, well, why are they ever going to start to follow your rules and regulations if two things. One, the fine's going to be less. And two, there's never going to be anything criminal. They never get held liable for anything. No matter how much we've bitched and moaned about it, He didn't look very confident. He didn't seem like he knew he was on top of his game. Like, listen, we're banging this out. We got this in the pipeline right now. This is coming. Like, he should have been on top of this shit, being like, I know retail's upset. We don't. Whatever happened with GameStop happened with GameStop. However they want to play it, but bottom line, we're making changes right now. We're were on the ball, and he didn't come off and give me that impression at all. He just didn't.
And to your point, though, the reason he didn't say to he didn't say, look, guys, introduce brand new transparency in T+1, and it's an active stage, right? Even though we're still taking comments, the reason he didn't say that is because it's still in proposed rules and it's not active yet, despite what others may want to suggest on their channels. That's not reality. And I urge anyone to please go to the SEC website, find any one of those that are actually an active rule stage, and I will admit 100% that I'm wrong.
No, I'm pretty sure you're right. I could
No,
double
I'm
check for the 90th time, but I think you're right. I don't know why no one else can go check that for themselves. People are telling other people, hey, just so you know, you can still comment on us. No, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. And I'm not saying that it does matter. I'm not saying that it's even going to make a difference. The fact of the matter is it's there now. You can comment on it. If you want to have a voice, if you want to let them know that you don't approve of this shit and it's not the way their free capital market runs, go in there and tell them. And if, everyone should be doing that. Everyone should honestly be doing that, because if there does come a time, let's say in 2022, the House and the Senate gets flipped, you're going to have to have some receipts to say, hey, retail's been looking for this. They're not going to be able to pursue anything if they don't know anything wrong is going on. So at least we would have a track record here to say, hey, because even Stewart said it. He goes, well, the apes uncovered all these things. He's like, why can't you just use their information to, plan the future of the market? And he just kind of brushed it off. He was deflecting. But that's really this is our testimony right here, using this comment section, making these videos, doing the live streams. I mean, this is just going to be recorded history. This is going to be a part of hopefully the next revolution, the next Wall Street, Occupy Wall Street 2.0,
and
2.022.
You bring up a good point. You brought up about, when we're talking about these regular people haven't gone to look at it for themselves. I recently did a video on the New York Stock Exchange 20% rule, and the amount of pushback I got on people who did not listen to the entire video. They missed the point, and I'm going to use this as a positive opportunity to reinforce something to everyone on the video here, guys, on the live stream. Citadel understands all the rules of this game. Let's just call it a game. They understand all the rules of the stock market. They pay people a ton of money to be not only understanding the rules as they exist, but how to manipulate them in a way that's still fairly, air quotes, legal. And yet when some people on YouTube in the AMC community show some of these rules so people can understand what's possible, whether or not it's ever going to happen, the problem is people then push back real hard and say, well, that's just FUD. Why would you even bring that up? And here's my take on it, guys. Any video that Tony Denaro does, or Massalorian, or myself, or CS Trades 101, or Phil, or Froggy, or Bigums, or Bloss Blunts, I can keep going on and on. Any of the videos that we do, they're only intended to help you guys. Think of it this way. You've got a toolbox, and in that box, you've got a hammer, a screwdriver, a wrench, and other tools. You need to hammer, but you need to understand the hammers in that toolbox, and you need to understand what the hammer does. So in the event that it ever does get used, you're not off guard. So that rule was not video was not meant to say to anybody, I think it's going to happen. It was meant to say, if you wake up one day and it's been implemented, you are aware of it. And we know how to pivot from there, right? So I just think that when people put their hard-earned money into the stock market and they don't ask questions or don't want to learn about the rules, it just makes me want to push a little bit harder to say, guys, we really need to help you understand this. Because, if you were to baseball, you're not going to just take the glove, run out in the field and say, I don't know anything about this, but I'm just going to, you would stop and you would say, what is this game? What happens when they hit the ball? What am I supposed to do? Where do I throw it? Why, what is a strike? What is a ball, right? You would ask these questions. Shouldn't be any different. See, I'm unknown. Joe doesn't know who I am. Joe, I am.
Yeah, I know, Joe's. So that's someone very good point in the chat. I'm sorry, I pulled it back down, but about the SEC and the lawsuits, that they were saying that they were suing that the hedge funds tried to sue the SEC back in the day. Or what was it? The SEC was trying to bring the lawsuit against the stock exchange. Oh, I can't remember now. I've seen so many clips and, trying to edit them in the last couple of days. But there was lawsuits going on. I can't remember. You haven't seen it, so you can't even correct me. But there was something going on, and they were trying to put the lawsuit together. And he's like, they just never stick. I mean, no one. It's always just pay the fine and move along. It's business as usual. Business as usual. Yeah, NYSE. That's what it was. New York Stock Exchange. Yeah, right. Yeah.
And the fine as much as what they got away with.
No. You can only imagine how much profit they must have made to pay those kind of hefty fines.
And when they do get a fine from the SEC, they can come to an agreement where they pay the fine, but they legally admit no wrongdoing. In that type of a scenario, they are actually able to write that fine off their taxes. I kid you not. The cost of doing business. Yes, sir. It's a type of agreement, but it's an agreement where they don't admit any wrongdoing, and yet they get to write that off their taxes because they didn't admit they did anything wrong. They just dealt with it.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, so, I mean, whatever. It is what it is. But at least now I can kind of plan going forward. I can kind of now see where this past going to go, That helps straighten me out because I've been like torn and twisted about what to do about this. I'm like, all right, well, what positive things can we do that we actually have control over right now? And hearing that interview really just was a huge boost of, at least pushing me to figure out which way I want to take this going forward. So I appreciate Jon Stewart doing that, and for him saying the apes and like giving us all this credit. Man, I don't know where he got that info from, and like to say those kind of things. I mean, I know it's out there in the media, but it really, I mean, why all of a sudden, it's coming up now because what's so important? What's going on right now that he would be on there?
Well, he's been married for 20 years and he's got 2 teenage sons, I believe. Maybe they're apes.
He does?
Yeah, I'm speculating, but maybe apes. He does have 2 teenage kids right now.
Yeah. I was saying that the other night. I said maybe that was a possibility that he had heard it through a family member or his wife's kids, someone like that. Yeah, I thought that. I agreed. Did you happen to see? Some people were saying in the chat that that Batman had done not 200 million, right? Last night. There's no way that's correct, right? Did 21 million last night on Friday night? Did you see the numbers?
Last I checked, they're on pace to break 120 million for the weekend. And Let's see, 57 million Friday, and the box office is looking at 163.7 million from last weekend for all movies. So we're looking like we're going to break $120 million weekend for Batman, which is fantastic. Because I saw that movie and it's freaking great. Did you see it yet?
No, I was supposed to go this afternoon. I got bogged down doing work, so I'm going to go tomorrow. I probably still do something tomorrow night, but I'll go in the daytime. I was supposed to go today. So don't tell me anything about it. I've heard it's really good.
I won't spoil anything. Certainly not.
All right. Was it dark?
I will say, out of all the Batman movies, it is my second favorite Batman movie after The Dark Knight.
Okay.
And I got to say that and what's her name? The Zoe Kravitz.
Zoe Kravitz.
A completely unrecognizable Colin Farrell as the Penguin. You don't even know it's Colin Farrell.
So it's Colin Farrell, not Colin Firth, that plays the Penguin.
Colin Farrell, the guy who played Bullseye in the Daredevil movie. Yeah, it's him. You won't even recognize him. and then Paul Dano does the Riddler. I'll just say this: the four of them absolutely killed it. For anyone that's questioning to see it because they can't envision Robert Pattinson as Batman because of the Twilight movies, just remember the same things about Heath Ledger from being in 10 Things I Hate About You and all the romantic comedies, and that guy absolutely killed it as the Joker.
They crushed it. They crushed it.
It's gritty. Oh, it's gritty, and it's dark, and it's a mystery. It's like a combination of The Dark Knight meets Seven meets Saw. You mash those three together, that's what I saw.
Oh, I'm a huge Seven fan. That's like one of my favorite movies of all time. Can it be? Yeah. Harry Markopolis. He's in Boston, actually. I've actually looked for. I've tried to find his contact info, and I can't find it. I would love to get him on here. Yeah, he's just down the road from me, unfortunately, but I don't want to walk up to his front door. Emo Bruce Wayne was good. Freddie says. Yeah, so that's what I heard. I heard the acting was like off the hook. I heard it was very dark as far as the cinematography. Like someone said, if you could picture The Long Night from Game of Thrones, but for the whole movie, like, was it that dark the whole movie? And constantly raining.
There was a lot of rain and there was a lot of darkness in the movie. That's for sure, but not enough that you can't see what's going on. Like the people who talk about the emo Bruce Wayne, and none of this is going to be a spoiler. I would never do that. But this whole movie is being done with what's called Batman Year 2. There was a series of comics where they did Batman Year 1 and then Batman Year 2 like 20 years ago. So this movie does not tell the origin of Batman. It Batman for a year. This is the start of his second year as the Batman, and this is an old tale of his villains. So the Riddler's become Riddler, Catwoman's becoming Catwoman, the Penguin is going to become the Penguin, and the way that the comics portray him, wibbling guy who calls himself the Penguin, but a crime lord who they call the Penguin because he hobbles with a leg injury, and he hates that name, and it drives him to want to screw people. None of this is a spoiler, and there's other origins that are going to be told that I cannot say. But Colin Farrell's getting a whole 8-episode plus TV series as the Penguin, and they're doing one on them City Cops. They're building off this to build a whole universe off itself, and it's going to be amazing off the hook.
Okay, gotcha. How was Kravitz in it? Was she good? How did she look with pink hair? Did that look good?
She looked fantastic, and I'm very partial to Michelle Pfeiffer, favorite Catwoman. I would say Zoe is a very close second favorite Catwoman of all time. She killed it, man. She did. Everything in this movie was freaking great. It was originally a 4-hour movie, and they cut it back to 3 hours. And if you knew some of the parts they cut out of it, you'd blow your mind. I can't say it, though. After you've all seen it, I'm happy to have a detailed conversation.
Yeah. I definitely don't want to spoil it for anyone. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely don't want to do that. I used to hate that watching YouTube videos. And it's like spoiler free, but then they'll give away like way too much information you didn't want to know. It's like, thanks, buddy. Someone said Coors reached out to Stewart.
Matt Coors? Matt Coors won it.
No, I know that, but was he actually reached out to Stewart?
I wouldn't doubt it. Matt has turned, the origins of AMC and GME that made him what he is, but he's taken that to the next level to build himself an entire business out of this. And I'm sure are telling him this is where you go next, right? He's probably getting good advice. He's succeeding. So I just wish he wasn't getting where it all started. But all credit to Matt for what he's building. Halle Berry looked fantastic, but that movie stunk, and she was a terrible Catwoman. Nothing wrong with Halle Berry. Yeah. It was a bad movie, in my opinion.
She's been getting a lot of things.
Halle Berry's fantastic. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You said it was 3 hours, the movie, huh? 3 hours?
Just under. Yeah, just under.
Wow. Okay. All right. I can't wait to see The Northman either. Apes vs. Wall Street just said I can't wait to see The Northman. Yeah. Yeah, the box office is going to do well this year. I have no doubt about that. There's a ton of stuff coming out. It's gonna
Well,
be a knockout year for the box office.
when you look at the slate of I'm getting on the superhero kick, sorry guys, but when you look at the slate of movies in the superhero genre that are coming out between DC and Marvel, we've got another Aquaman coming out at the end of the year. But the next one coming is, I guess, there's Morbius, the Living Vampire, which is tied into Sony and Disney's whole Marvel system. But it's the big one. I think is going to be Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. And what's fascinating about that is that they've tied the movies. I don't know if people know this. They've tied the movies into the Disney streaming service shows they did. So they did a Loki show, and they did a what was it called? Scarlet Witch and the Vision. They called it what was that? WandaVision.
So WandaVision. Yep.
WandaVision and WandaVision and the Loki series. The very end episode of each is synchronized for the last 15 minutes. If you have them side by side, them at the same time, the guy who's talking to the Lokis reacts exactly to what the Scarlet Witch is doing in her show, and it all ties into Doctor Strange. So they have lost some of their bigger name actors, right? Chris Evans, I think, retiring as Captain America, and
yep.
They're not going to have much more.
No more Thor.
Tony Stark's. He's kind of done 25 million a movie, so what are you going to know? But they've actually taken it and they've merged so well together. It plays. That's right. Mm-hmm. Wolverine isn't Canadian. They play well on their own, but when you see the whole story merge together, it's just genius how well they've planned this out. We're a movie company, so I can talk movies, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm a huge movie fan. So that's the biggest stake I have in any company is AMC. So I want them to do well. I want the movies to be good. I don't want any woke shit in the movies in Hollywood. I'm tired of it. It was cute for a couple of years. Now it's getting old, and it's a waste of everyone's money and time. So let's just start putting out good material again, making films instead of. And I don't have anything wrong with the Marvel movies. They bring in great revenue, and a lot of the movies are pretty good. They got good storylines, good characters, people that you root for, that you want to win. But the rest of it's just a bag of horse dung. There's a lot of that in Hollywood right now.
But then we've got
you can put the best people in it. Doesn't matter. I mean, they just made a movie in January called The 355, which was, let me give them credit for this. First of all, it was not based on like some old. They weren't bringing back Charlie's Angels or Ghostbusters. It was an original concept. They based it off some of Washington's spies or female spies that Washington had when he was at Valley Forge in 1777. But they they had an all-star cast: Jessica Chastain, Penelope Cruz, Lupita Nyong'o, and they couldn't even break 5 million on opening weekend. You would think with that kind of star power, that would be a no-brainer. But I don't know. People have had enough of the cuteness, I guess. I don't know. Let me see here. He trashes it all the time. He's a tool. I don't know who that is. Maybe Gordon he's talking about? I don't know. Justice for All says Top Gun, Avatar, Batman, Jackass Forever, Sonic, Doctor Strange. Yeah, Doctor Strange is probably going to blow up, right? Then you got Jurassic Park. I think another big one I'm missing. The Toy Story, a new Toy Story. Yeah.
Yeah, the movies are going to be just lit this year, man. Like the movie slate we've got in 2022 is just awesome.
They'll be packed.
Awesome.
Yep. As soon as we are back to zero mandates, zero passports, zero masks, which means pretty much back to normal, and no more labeling things misinformation. It's just talking. Thank you. It's not misinformation. Two people talking about something cannot just be considered misinformation if they're having a discussion and it's being recorded. I don't know where the hell the ACLU is on. They should be all over this. They're trying to take down people who are anti-Ukraine on Twitter. If you're spreading Russian propaganda.
Good God.
It's like, didn't you guys already get burnt on that for 4 years with Adam Schiff and the rest of those clowns? Lying right to the American people, looking right into a camera and lying for 4 years. Oh, boy. Corey Ryder. Hold on. What does this say? DMX last ride Rough Riders. They never met the apes. Let's see. Yeah, I know. It's funny because people think that Bill Gates is like some genius scientist, mad scientist, and he knows things about the medical field. He's just a guy in a turtleneck. Like he's really nobody. He's a nobody. Asking his opinion on shit like that is a waste of everyone's time. It's just you might as well ask me about it. He has about as much knowledge in science and in medicine as I do. I don't know why he always gets a platform to speak about what people need going forward.
And yet there he is in 2013 and 2012 doing talks about how the next big pandemic, and there he is now telling people, well, there's another big one coming, guys.
Yep.
And he's
Can you believe that they what?
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I'm just going to say he's very much heavily involved in the World Economic Forum, man.
Yeah, he's big on that. He also liked the Lolita Express. He was a big fan of that. He's got ties all over the place.
Susan's
fixated
on my
style. She's a big fan. She's a big fan, I guess.
I had his shirt on.
How could you not be?
I had his shirt on, but it ripped. Sorry.
You ripped it off before you came on.
I flexed in a tore. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Purple Sky says, I'm not selling to the MOAS. This I know for sure, and I'll be rebuying AMC after the MOAS. Yeah, I mean, guys, going forward, we should have no problem hitting better and better numbers as we go into the year. So as long as that keeps up, they're going to have a hard time keep beating that drum about shorts. They really are. I mean, I don't know what they're going to say, what their excuse will be. Just look at the numbers. They're up all the way.
And I'm right there with the commenter, Purple Sky. I'm going to do the same thing. After we MOAS, I'll buy back some shares afterwards. I'm probably going to order a real share to get delivered to me so I can frame it in my office.
Yeah, I'm sure we all will, right? Yeah, all of us will, probably. What is it, $335 for one piece of paper?
Whatever it costs, it'll be worth it. But if we do what we know we're going to do, I'll put it that way.
Right. Is anyone in the chat going to the Vegas party? I guess it's back on, right, as of today?
Is it? It's on and it's off.
I think so.
He says, why are you guys saying it's off when his last video says that he's taking it off because of security issues? I don't know. I don't know if I want to go somewhere one has to throw hands with me. I don't know.
I'm laughing at this. Sorry.
Put him in a chokehold.
Okay, so it's back on again. All right, because I heard he had he said he had to hire a private security firm, right? Originally. Dude, that's crazy. I wonder what happened. It's supposed to be a party, right?
He's scared of the ape father.
Oh, he's scared he was going to show up. Oh, okay.
No, I don't know. I'm joking. I have no idea. I don't know.
Oh, you're just kidding? Oh, okay.
I'm just kidding.
I can't keep up with a lot of it. I can't.
No.
It's too much sometimes.
Now they're going somewhere together to all celebrate, I think is a fantastic idea. But the more that it's advertised publicly, like a thing like Vegas, my concern would be other groups knowing that a bunch of 100,000-aires and millionaires are all converging on one spot to party it up. I'd be very concerned about people trying to take advantage of that situation. I'm not talking about any AMC people. Yeah. So I'm not going. I'm not going there. I'll tell you that. I don't want to wake up in the bathtub of ice or something. Trying to be funny.
And your pants aren't around your ankles? That would not be good. Yeah, that would be bad.
Something like that.
What do you think about cruise? No on cruise. I want to do something fun.
Yeah, the idea of a cruise would be fun, but yeah, my wife's not big on that idea. So, I think other people are talking Mexico and the Caribbean, and and a lot of it's going to depend on how high we end up. But I really see the ones that we know, getting in a place and celebrating. I have no interest in opening up to 10,000 people to show up, not knowing whether they're apes or not. But there will be a party. I will be attending somewhere. Hells yeah.
Yeah, I understand your concerns about that, right? About a bunch of those people being out there. Just so you guys know, this gentleman in the chat reached out to me. His name is AB Investments. I was talking to him earlier today. We just talked about a bunch about this whole play and everything that's developed over the last 18 months. He was in before me, so he was telling me a couple things about what was going on last fall, 2 falls ago, when I wasn't heavily into the market on a daily basis. But he has a channel. If you guys want to go check it out, it's up to you. I'm just putting it out there. He seemed like a nice enough guy on the phone. Talked to him a couple times. And I've got all good feedback from everyone that's met him. So let's see here. Is the party really happening or just big talk?
Yeah, welcome, AB.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Ken, I'll send you. I'll probably just call you after this and let you know everything that's going on. Someone asked, is this really happening or just a big talk? The party? I have no idea. I don't know. I thought apparently like it wasn't happening, and then all of a sudden I guess it is today. So 24 the money says 145. You tell me 24 the money, 145. Someone was saying earlier today that like or maybe it was a comment that I was reading about not saying prices and dates and stuff. Like, oh, maybe oh, I know what it was. Someone was making fun of the channel growth. And I was like, well, I'm like, it is a little boring just to get the regular old news and not to have like, well, I try to make thumbnails flashy, but just make sure that what is in the video is actually on the thumbnail. And that doesn't always work out so good sometimes. But as far as, putting stuff out there that is not correct, and it is getting siphoned off. I think there are a lot more people who are getting back to reality about this stock that nobody really knows the date or the price or what they're selling at. It's people, I think, are starting to understand that this has just never happened before, and everyone is purely speculating and doing the best with the limited amount of information that we have. Throwing ideas back and forth off each other. This isn't an easy gig, especially this late in the game. I thought we would be out of this in June. I really did. I thought this was all over. I can't even imagine how many endorphins I was releasing that day that we started jumping up. I'm like, this is it. We're done. 7. I'm like, I remember when it was even at 50. I'm like, dude, new all-time high. No way this isn't going to squeeze right now. We are on our way. And then Pantheon, your muscles are flexing.
Yeah, that's because I'm nervous.
Are you breathing under there? Is that picking up your breathing?
Yeah, it's a partial face reveal. I'm nervous. You guys make me nervous. But I'm here for you to discuss ANC on a Saturday. Missing the UFC event. Look at me. I should be in the UFC.
I know, right? I'm glad I don't have the money for the fight because I probably would have spent it. It was done in November. No, just stop. We just wanted to voluntarily take away the buy button in November.
Yeah, and that's the danger. Like, I appreciate what Massalorian's channel is, Tony's channel. Mine is the same. So is CS Trades 101. We don't give prices and we don't give dates, and the reason for it isn't that we, we're too stupid to figure this stuff out. Nobody knows. Nobody knows what the top price is going to be. Nobody knows what date this thing's going to move. We just know that we are in a better position today than we were back in June when we had the run up to 72, 73. The company's in better position. They haven't closed the shorts. We've apparently got as many apes as we ever had. The story for us is as positive, if not more positive, than it ever was. But when people give dates, they are just picking a date out of the air. There might be some DD in their mind behind it. They might be just picking it out for no reason. But it's nothing more than a figment of their imagination, and they might hit it, but they have a 1 in 365 chance of getting that right. That's really what the odds of them are. And every time we have those dates and we don't hit them, it discourages people, right?
Yep.
So we just have to stay with the flow, guys, and disregard dates, because it'll happen when it happens, and it will happen. That's right, Javi. That's right.
Javi knows the deal. Someone said, Tsunami Dave said, sounds like a lot of unknowns. Oh, yeah, of course. There's a ton of unknowns. We know a lot. There's a lot that we know. There's a lot that we've figured out. There's still some stuff that we have not figured out. But we figured enough to not sell yet.
I like this. So we know these hedge funds are in over their heads. We know that they are in a terrible position, yet they still try and push us I like it like this. You're driving a car down the street, and you look to your right, and in the lane beside you, you see a car that's speeding up towards the intersection. Now the light is red, and you think to yourself, oh my God, that person's going to run through that intersection. There's nothing you can do to stop them from doing that. They're going to run that red light. And when they do, there's consequences for that action. They might speed through this time. They might get into an accident. They might hurt someone. They might lose their license. They might wreck their vehicle. There's a whole lot of possibilities, right? Most likely bad results. They can't keep running these red lights and have it not up to them.
Yep.
Right? And we can sit here and watch it and go, these idiots, how come they keep driving through these? It's eventually going to catch up with them, and they're going to run out of gas, funds. They're going to run out of luck. So the time's coming. Stay focused and stay positive.
Yep. Someone said it will come like a thief in the night. It's exactly how I've been thinking for a bit now. I'm like, you know what? It's just going to happen. And one day it's going to wake up. It's going to be there. Just like kind of we had our first run up. Don't forget the truth says, what can you say for the apes who bought above 60 thinking it was going to pop off? I would say if you bought in over 60 and you're still here right now, you are doing better than 50% of the people who were holding this stock and making money on the way up. So you have way more willpower than the people who paper handed when we started coming down there and didn't buy there and sold. So kudos to you for still being here. That's amazing. And just know that all of us have been here just as long, if not longer, as you. And we got you back. Watched a good video about Melvin being set up to be a bag holder as they have had so many bad plays recently. Yeah, it makes sense, right? Maybe just let Melvin take the fall for maybe some other people. Can't say that didn't cross my mind.
You know, one of the very first things of DD I did, we're talking back in February of P1, way before I started a YouTube channel, but I've been in this place in P1. One of the first things I came up with on a Discord, which people laughed at me, was just imagine where the hedge funds can get together. Someone's going to take this fall. So in the dark pool, we can transfer these positions over to one or two of us, and you guys are going to take the hit. Let's get off, but we'll take care of you on the down. That's something that's always stuck in my mind. You know, what that comment just there was makes me think about that. And yes, if I was bought in at 60, not financial advice, I would be looking for every opportunity to average down.
Yeah. Yep. I thought they would let it go after Q4. Now it will happen when it happens. Exactly. Right. If it went this far and nothing's happened, Lorenda, thank you, sweetheart. If we went this far and nothing's happened, then, you know, how bad could it honestly, how bad could it honestly be? Unless there's some kind of emergency. I know I planned this right, so I wouldn't have to dip out, you know, unless there was a catastrophic circumstance that came across, like, you know, hospitalization or something. Other than that, I'm good for a little bit. I got some legs left in me. Chris says he's been averaging down for months now.
Yeah.
Who, Bonnie?
I see Bonnie's comment asking where CS because he's optimistic. Are you not being optimistic?
Oh, I sent him an invite. Everybody got one. I sent out a mass invite.
I'm as strong and reassured in this play today as I was 13 months ago. So if that's not coming through, I'll try harder.
Yeah, I wouldn't be spending my Saturday nights coming on here and going live for no reason. There's just I'm not that enthusiastic about getting on the microphone and the camera. It's all about display. Only in Paradise says that I sound like Bobby Flay. Is that the chef with the white hair? Bobby Flay? No. Who's Bobby Flay?
That's the redheaded celebrity chef who dates all the beautiful women. That's a compliment.
Yeah, that ain't me. Only in Paradise.
Nothing wrong with Bobby Flay.
All right, I'll take his women. Let's see. Chris says only average up from $5, never sold. Wow, awesome. Clayton saying Ape's not leaving. Yeah, I definitely don't want to be negative in this chat, on this channel at all. I never want to be negative, but I do want to be truthful. I don't want you guys coming back to say, what the hell, why did you say this date or that date or this or that? And I haven't had to deal with that yet in 11 months. So I'm thankful for that. I've actually had people come back and say, hey man, I was wrong about you. I left you a comment 4 or 5 months ago. And, not saying that you were right or anything, but maybe just saying that they had a different take. Yep. CSI is already hammered and passed out. Oh man, Sam boy, I appreciate you, man. Susan saying in the early days, I remember buying at 14, it would drop to 9. I know, remember? Yeah, man, that seems almost like a lifetime ago now, right? That seems so. It seems so long, like it was so long ago, but it really wasn't that long ago. We're not talking that long ago. Man, CSI had too many beers by now. I don't even know if he drinks heavy. Does he drink heavy, guys? I thought he was just a smoker. He is a good guy.
He jumps in.
He's in the comments now.
There he is. He has a beer.
I've never seen him drink, so I don't know. People always say that, and I'm like, I've never seen him drink.
Didn't he once in a while hold it up and say it was his sponsor?
Oh, maybe. Yeah, maybe a while back. Yeah, maybe that's true. You're gonna have to tell us in the chat. Smokes weed, cigs, and drinks. Okay. Yeah, Bud Ice. Hey, listen, I've drinking way worse beers than Bud Ice. I can tell you that right now. Way worse.
Did I steal the helmet from CSI? Everyone's in a good mood tonight. I like this guy up.
Hipster's Wall Street said, laugh my ass off. He popped right in. I know, right? It was like, what did you have? Bells going off in your ears, common sense? He paid for that sponsor. Oh, man. Philip Martinez says it's a war. Been holding battling since 579, 1421, 4045. Hey, man, I'm right with you. Those sound like some of my numbers later on. Yeah, those sound like some of my numbers. Yeah, when we kept hitting those technical levels, I was like, oh, we're going to be going higher. So grab a couple more. And then the well just ran dry at one point, right? It was I couldn't be affording shares at 50. I was out of dry powder. Jamie saying I'm drunk right now.
Hey, do you know if Tony made it out last night, or was Tony tonight?
No, he was going out last night, or he was at least hanging out with Scarlett last night. Yeah. He ended up going live last night, I think. Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Yeah, I caught up on that. It was good. You guys did well.
Oh yeah, that's right. I went on with him for a little bit. That's right. I did go on with him. That's right. Yeah, yeah. I was late, like usual. Let me see here. This right now, I'm trying to average down. Lorenda says. Lorenda, what was the highest that? Actually, you don't need to tell me that. Tony went to. We went to the movies today. Webstar is saying, okay. Sam's asking who's seen the bat. Guys in the chat, who's seen the bat? Sam's wondering how it is. Scarlet fell asleep. Okay. Oh yeah. Pantheon saw the bat. Sam.
I saw the bat. Go watch it, guys. Doesn't matter if they're charging $15 for the ticket. It is excellent. One of the best Batman movies that have been made. Sorry.
Speaking of that, but I have to address Jeff real quick because he was asking if I was drunk last night. No, I was not. People were asking me if I was on my medication. I said yes, but I was not drunk. No. Oh, because I forgot. Yeah, no. It went by so fast, and then I was late going on, and then maybe it seemed like it ended early. It just flew by. Someone's asking if you're gonna have a new Pantheon's gonna have a new video film for real. You have one, right, Pantheon? Oh, now you will with that on. He'll make you.
Did Phil do a fight video with me? I don't know.
I think they're messing with you because of the Natural Libre thing.
Oh yeah, he can.
Yeah.
There we go. He's how I've unveiled enough for Phil to have me duke it. I don't know who he would have me fight. I don't have any enemies that I know.
I don't know either. Saw it the day before me. You saw it Wednesday. Oh, Batman. Yeah. Everybody got those early looks. What I was going to tell you. So I saw that a few of the YouTubers that I watch concerning movies for movie reviews. So there's a couple guys that I follow just to get reviews on movies, try and get an idea of like what we're going to have for box office numbers. And a couple of them are complaining, made full videos about AMC and the price change for Batman this weekend, like bitching about it. And I was like, man, I'm like, you guys are supposed to have movie channels. You don't want people not going to the movies, you morons. Why would you say that? And then I was thinking to myself, I'm like, if you want to go sit at the 50-yard line at a Patriots game, you're going to spend, $1,000 as opposed to $150 up in the nosebleeds. And that's kind of the way the world works. You want to sit in the middle in the second aisle, you get to pay another $1, I guess. I'm okay with it. I don't mind paying the extra $1. That's another $1 towards moving down our debt.
Yeah, but I think it's a 50% increase, isn't it? From 10 to 15, ballpark speaking. I think that's why they're making a fuss. I think but you get the comic book and you're watching a 3-hour movie, but I think it's about a 50% increase on the price ticket. And it's not just AMC. They're all doing it. All the theaters are doing it in the U.S.
Okay. Yeah, I was wondering. I'm like, that would be really weird for one of them to just start doing it, not the others.
But the reasoning behind it wasn't really clear from Adam Aaron. He said that in Europe they do that, and in Europe they charge for the best seat in the house. But he didn't really explain why. Like, why didn't you do it for Spider-Man? Why are you doing it just for Batman? And while that might hurt ticket sales, you are going to end up probably making as much, if not more, money. It's a strange thing. I'd like to hear a bit more. Nacho Pantheon versus Dumbfuck.
I don't think it's gonna hurt. I don't think it's gonna affect the sales this weekend. Maybe going forward, maybe a couple people will bow out if they have to spend extra money. But I believe that's only going to be for the opening weekend, right? So maybe you could pull in another 20, 30, I don't know, whatever. Pay off some debt.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see how it plays out, especially with the 45-day theatrical only release period before they go into the streaming service. Interesting to see, because this movie should make a ton of money in those 45 days. It should make a ton of money. It's Spider-Man. But
no. What do you think Doctor Strange will
beat Spider-Man?
Yeah.
No. Okay. No.
I was just blown away by the trailer, to be honest with you. I'm not a huge Spider-Man fan, so when I saw Multiverse, I'm like, this looks sick.
Yeah, but everyone knows Spider-Man. Everyone's ingrained. If you said, name me superheroes, they're going to say Spider-Man, Superman, Batman. Like, those are the big ones, right? now with the Marvel movies, people might say Iron Man and Thor, but really those are the big ones that have been ingrained in people since the 1950s and 60s. So like you've grown up with a culture all over the world that knows Spider-Man. You know, Doctor Strange, Scarlet Witch, America Chavez. These aren't people that are going to drive a movie bigger than Endgame. I think you're going to need the next Endgame level movie to be Spider-Man. Spider-Man was phenomenal, and it was something we've been waiting for 20 years to come together, right? With I don't want to spoil anything if people still haven't seen it. I can't believe it. But you know, I think Secret Wars is going to be the next big storyline in the movies, and when they do that, that's got the potential to bring Endgame type numbers.
What is it? Secret Wars?
Secret Wars. It's a story where this entity called the Beyonder takes all of these different heroes and villains and pieces of multiple planets and pulls together like a god, pulls together this battle world planet and makes them fight for the winner gets the winning side gets whatever their heart's content is. But there's a second part to it where Doctor Doom takes on all the powers of multiple people and basically does it himself, and that's probably the side they're going to go with. What it is, it's just another all-encompassing story of all the characters coming together to fight one big guy, and Doctor Doom's probably going to be that next big bad guy. And I know his name's sort of silly, but he's the best villain in all of comics.
Nice. Okay. Looking forward to that. That comes out this year?
No. Oh, they're going to build to that. They need the Fantastic Four. They're going to build all. This is we're talking.
It's all those
Marvel
characters.
Phase
Okay.
5, Phase 6, Phase
It's Marvel
7,
Phase 5? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
That is not. Yes, it is
Okay.
Secret Wars. Don't tell me, Jamie, that's not Secret Wars. I'm telling you. I got the comics.
Purple Sky says he loves CSI's new setup. Tan said, my wife said she'll leave me if AMC don't hit by June. If June comes and she leaves me, I need a hand count of how many will take a chance and cover me till AMC hits. Let's see. Tan, I can't be there for you, but there's a lot of ladies in the chat. By the way, I got back to double digits in demographics for the females. So thanks, ladies. Appreciate you guys.
In fact, Doctor Strange is going to set up the Illuminati, which will lead to the X-Men. Have you seen the trailer for Doctor Strange, the last trailer?
Looked awesome.
Did you hear the voice?
Yeah. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
You know what's coming, right?
No, what's coming? Wait.
You know,
do I want to know this? Because I don't know the storyline going forward from that. Yeah, tell me. What happens?
I'll say this much. There's a group in Marvel called the Illuminati, and the Illuminati basically are good guys who get together and work to share information so that when major events happen, they're all on the same page. We're talking the X-Men, the Avengers, the Fantastic Four. They're all tied together in this group, okay? And they kind of screw things up. See the Illuminati, and I'm not going to say who's in it. We're going to see it in Doctor Strange, and it's going to be epic.
Nice.
Tying multiverses together.
Okay.
I'm not going to say any more.
Yeah, they didn't show. I mean, they showed a lot, but they really didn't show a lot, right? I mean, you got to see a lot of content, but it seemed like almost like the same scenes in the different verses. Like they were pulling the same scenes and then overlapping them across the different verses. That's what I got from the trailer.
Watch the trailer. The part where he gets the handcuffs on and the Iron Man looking Ultron type robots walk him up the stairs.
Okay.
Listen to the voice of the person. There's a person who speaks to him who doesn't show their face. Listen.
Yeah, you see the back of his head, right?
But listen to the voice, you'll know who it is.
Okay. I thought it was going to be. Okay. I think I know who it is, but I could be wrong.
It's an existing property.
Yeah, I think I know who it is. Okay. I do. I won't ruin it. I know who it is. I saw the trailer the day after the Super Bowl. I was a little banged up, but I remember it. I was like, oh, shit.
Jamie, I can't ruin it, man. I can't ruin it. All right.
BioLife says the thumbnail game is getting good. Yeah, I'm working on it. I'm trying to make them a little more appealing to the eye. I don't know what the hell. I don't know what to do to make them look good. I don't know if I should be using neon or like, bright colors. I have no fucking clue. I just want them to look good. And as long as the people in the thumbnail are actually in my video, I'm fine. Someone said, who is mass chatting to? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm an unknown quantity. I told you nobody watches.
Who am I talking to on the? I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm not chatting with
nobody
anybody.
watches my material. That's why I got to reach
Pantheon,
off
sorry.
of Massalorian.
That's Pantheon. Sorry, my bad.
We can all have fun with this. Sammy, it's nice to meet you, my friend.
Yeah, Sammy boy's always got my side.
Yeah, just imagine if we came on and I started making Lou sounds, they would have just all went nuts. You would have had 10,000 people in here in no time.
All right. So what was his take on the walk to the park today? What did he say? What was his story today?
I didn't watch him. Today.
Oh, you didn't?
No, I watched you and Tony's live stream from last night, and then I had a live stream with off YouTube with CS Trade 101. So I have it today.
Oh, so I got that email right before we came. Oh, well, there's probably a little before we came on, but I was trying to get back to emails. What was that today? I'll ask you after the show. I'll ask you after the show.
Well, I can plug it real quick if you don't mind.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Yeah.
CS Trades 101. Cam has got he's a YouTuber on AMC. He's fantastic. He's got if you join his channel, he's got a outside of YouTube WebEx server, and that's set up really in the event that YouTube goes down when the MOAS are going to be able to go. And over there, that's where they do Saturday chats where they can talk about things you can't talk about on YouTube. And that's where him and I were today with all of his people, and I was happy to help him out. He's fantastic. CS Trades 101, guys. He's one of us. He's one of the group that's working together with Mass, myself, and Tony and the others, Froggy and all them. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to search for people out there that we haven't maybe stumbled across yet. That could be an asset.
Yeah, I'd say subscribe to Massalorian's channel, give his video a thumbs up, and then go check out CS Trades 101. You can forget about that Pantheon guy. Just deal with CS Trades and
He's a waste of your time. He's a waste of your time. He's a waste of your time. No, you guys know how I feel about Pantheon. Let's see here. The Hedgies. Let me see. Hammer is saying, Hammer, what's up, brother? He said, the Hedgies all have a risk management department. Why are they not sounding the alarm to get out? Well, they don't want to cause a mass panic, right? I mean,
yeah, they don't want to cause a panic. They don't want to be wrong. So just imagine you're working with someone like Griffin, and you're coming in saying, no, the risk's too much. Can we push these bands as far as we can push them? It's time to pull back. And if he finds out that it could have gone further, you're out of a job on their side as well, right? He's all about making money. He's not about leaving anything on the table. And, that's how we're going to be when we MOAS, I hope. Time in hands.
Nick, I think anything to do with shutting off communications or people's ability to do anything, you can't do that in back-to-back squeezes. I mean, if you did, you literally might have a revolution on your hands. I don't think they can afford to fuck us over, to be honest with you, because I don't think that would be good for the rest of the country.
Mass, I've heard that, and I've heard this from CS Trades 101, who has somebody he knows at YouTube, that when we MOAS, that YouTube will be taking down the financial channels because they don't want to be in a position to get sued for allowing
to put
on the line. That's
I've heard that.
Right? So that's
I've heard that too.
Yeah.
What's the alternative at that point? Smoke signals?
Well, well, that yeah, career pigeons. That's where people like Tony DeNaro and others have gone and set up those additional outside pieces. Hey, BioLife Hemp, you got I got
Yeah, BioLife Hemp was your 4,000 sub. Congrats,
Did I
man.
beat you, Mass? Did I beat you? Because you added like 100 last night. You were
Oh yeah, I'm sure. No, I was way off.
Thank you, BioLife Hemp. You're gonna get the Pantheon prize.
What is he getting?
He'll get the Pantheon prize. I got to figure out what that is. Maybe I'll give him my Ion AMC NFT. I don't know. I'll figure it out.
No, no. Discord. People are saying Discord. Discord. Everyone's saying Discord. Yeah. Isn't Discord changing its rules rules right now that you can be booted for misinformation? You guys know my history with that. I can't be on there. I'll be gone in 2 seconds.
Yeah, a lot of people have Discords. Discords we're not thinking are going to be as safe as a place like a WebEx, which is not under anyone's radars at the moment. And then there's Rumble. What if Rumble should be pretty safe. Sorry.
What if I started a website?
Well, yeah. Yeah, you could do that.
Like just a blog site?
You could do that. And then make some major disclaimers on it so that you're not responsible for what people write.
Yeah, we do the same thing that YouTube would do. Yeah. Jeremiah Johnson, the trapper, says, Do you think some hedges secretly have own personal buys of AMC, acting like they are on Griffith's side? You never know.
Absolutely.
Some people are probably going to feel the heat when this is over. They might want to leave with a little extra Skrilla in their pocket.
I bet there's somebody looking at a terminal who's looking to his buddy next to him saying, what the hell, how is this thing? And they're looking at each other saying, let's buy some AMC. And they're probably not buying it themselves. They're probably getting their parents or their friend to do it. But yes, I believe I believe they're going to jump in on it. Hell's yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess Rumble would be an alternative, right? I got to look into that. Let me ask you guys in the comments. So I've been kind of communicating with someone back and forth to get on the channel. Does anyone know any good female investors out there that have YouTube channels? Boston Strong says, first CSI, someone said, don't forget who said CSI had a good video today. Reminding me of similar life experiences. Boston Strong said, will there be a mass? Yeah, for the people in New England? Yeah, I would definitely do that. We can go to the casino. Let's see. See how he does his. I actually just sent him an email today for the first time, so see what he says. Someone saying not Kathy Wood. I don't know what did Kathy Wood do? She dumped a bunch of Palantir today? Bitch. No, I'm just kidding. What happened? Does anyone know? I don't know what happened with her. Bunny up stocks? I think I did a video on her once. What are we going to say, Pantheon?
I'm just going to say I'm in Boss Blunt's Discord. If you're looking to connect with him, I can help you with that too.
You are? Okay.
Yeah, I chat with him once in a while. I can help you connect with him. I'm not sure what you're going to get out of his streams. He has a Discord, and then he tags his Discord into. He's fantastic. I don't know what you're going to get out of his live stream versus what you do. I think what you do works well.
MC Prosperity. I was thinking Encore. Go to the legit Win property. Forget Foxwoods. Cat Striker. You guys have seen Bunny. Bunny's pretty good. All right, Purple Sky. Yeah, I got a lot of mask guys in here. Thank God. Yeah, I got a lot of mask guys on my channel. That's awesome. Yeah, we'll definitely do that. Absolutely, 1,000% we will do that. 1,000%. Definitely not MGM in Springfield. Hell no. I'm not going anywhere near that. Black Girl Stocks is really smart. Bunny Up Stocks is good. All right. I just want to be able to get someone on here for a live stream that's female. Black girl stocks. Okay. What's going on with ticker MULN? Apes versus Wall Street is asking. So I've heard a little bit about this. This is the car company right out of Missouri, Mullen. What happened? They're being investigated for pulling an overstock. Is that apparently it?
I do not spend any time looking at anything but AMC at the moment, and what I'm going to do with the attendees after. So I have no idea about Mullen. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. Stacia says, yeah, I think that's why I got on her case a while back, because she had some crazy videos about $1,100 by Friday right on the front of her thumbnail. Huh? Shit's just wild. They traded multiple times the float each day. I know. It's nuts. Like, they're doing it. They're doing it and laughing about it. Doobiewa 420 says, Doobiewa 420, I thought you were starting. What are you doing on here? You're supposed to be starting a YouTube channel, son. What's going on? Come on, man. You're letting me down. Terrible. Another sundial. Jamie saying another sundial. Yeah, that's what it is, huh? Damn. Trey had a good video. Oh, that's what I heard about, Stacey. I heard Trey had a good video about. That's what I heard. Yep. Jamie saying stay away. They shorted BioLife. I'm saying they shorted 22 million shares in one day. The fucking motherfuckers. They didn't wait for any uptick. Oh my god. Yeah, man. So who's pushing that right now? Maybe they need to slap. Who's pushing that? Who's pushing that narrative? The electric car is beautiful though, but it won't be out till I believe 2024. Yeah, they haven't even they've released one car from the production line, right? So Liz is saying on YouTube it's good. All right. Yep, I got you, Liz. I got you. I got those two. That's what happened, Stacey. Yeah, that's right. Yep. That's what I thought. Let's see here. They had Nick YD says they have good battery tech. Yeah, is that true? 600 miles to a charge on their batteries? 600 miles to a charge? That seems really high. Your lips are moving, but no words are coming out. Uh-oh, we might have lost Pantheon. No audio.
No, I'm still
there
here.
You go.
I haven't said anything.
Oh, you haven't said anything. Oh, sorry. Your lips were moving, so I thought you were saying something.
Sometimes I'm silly like that.
Oh, okay.
I don't have anything to add to Mullen. Sorry, I'm not going to talk about that. I don't know anything about that. I'm an AMC guy.
Okay, you didn't hear anything about the battery mileage?
Oh, sorry,
no. Charge?
No.
Okay. That would be pretty fascinating if they had that kind of tech right now. I've never heard anything close to that, so that would be. Oh, hold on, someone says it here. Mullen has battery technology most likely will be bought out. Quick 20-minute charge, 600 miles. Who's making the stations? Do you know BioLife? Who's making the chargers? Or is it just pretty much subcontracted? I'm gonna start my vids soon on my channel. So I was just messing with him. Don't forget the truth. He was in my comments earlier today saying something, and I could go find it, but I'm not gonna put him out there like that. But nah, he's fine. Doobie was all right. We made up. Let's see. Dot 400 was good. Yeah, right. Dot 400 was good. That's right. All right. Let's see. Yeah, Bonnie R is saying macro after dark. There was a gentleman who messaged me the other night, and I think that was who he told me to look at. I believe a Japanese gentleman that emailed me or messaged me about this and said I should look into it. Thanks, Bonnie. Nick YD says way I look at it, it's eventually makes it to $1 billion market cap, which low for an EV company. It's a killer multiple. Not like if you're a quick buck, it's going to take a while. Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, I don't know too much about it, guys. I mean, right now, I'm not looking to do anything but add to my AMC position. And I got to cut run checks first. Gas prices mooning, making EVs the way to go. Yeah, and look, guys, here's what I'll say about all that tech. If the Fed brings in Raskin's wife onto that board, she has been very clear in her previous statements that she wants to go full bore green energy. And the Fed can be a little judgmental when giving out money per se. So if Raskin gets in, the American gas and oil companies might be in a little bit of trouble if they are ever needing anything from the Fed. Let's put it that way. It's just something to keep in the back of your mind. I don't think she's been completely vetted yet to go in, but I really hope they don't put her on. She should never. The way she talks about capitalism, she should never be on fucking Federal Reserve Board. Bearded Salvi says, "Hey, Mass, hope all is well. You too, man. What do you think our bottom will be?" I think I don't think we're going anywhere anytime soon down. I don't know that for a fact, but I think there's enough interest in AMC going forward. I think there's still some people on the sidelines waiting to see if we're going to break that 20. I'm not worried about that too much, honestly. Who's Your Proud says, shit, this thing's so fast. I'm sorry, Who's Your Proud. I tried to click on you and like the next one just comes up. Yeah. EVs and solar. I mean, we really should be going nuclear right now, but no one wants to say that because it's like this filthy word. But we really should be going nuclear. It's the cleanest energy we could possibly make right now. And it would be helping the American taxpayer. Maybe a little bit on the electrical bills. The overhead is so low for doing that kind of work, and your carbon emissions are, compared to some of the other things we're doing. And remember, guys, we are one of the most, environmentally sound countries in the world when it comes to our fossil fuels. Yeah, guys, if you remember to click the like button when you come in. Smith says, yeah, like hydrogen. Yep. Let's see. Beard Salvi, you're welcome, man. Awesome. Nice. That's great. Sammy Boy says, I wish I had Tesla stock. Me too. Got into a big argument with the family about Tesla. Still arguing. Don't forget the truth. You can send me an email or on Twitter. You can send me a message, man, anytime. Let's see. Oh, Lou said GG. Yeah, he did say that, didn't he? What was this? What is this story? Panther, I know you know this. Tell me.
I have not watched any videos from Lou today. Is there?
CSI just said it.
He did a video today saying that Gary Gensler called him.
I heard that from someone else. Yeah.
Until I see it, I'm not going to comment on that.
Okay, but, so you haven't seen it, the video?
No, I had lots of important things to do today than listen to 55 videos from Lou. No, I was trying
to explain that to someone in the comments today. I'm like, listen, you don't understand. This to me is, I don't like doing that. I'm like, listening to him drives me insane. I'm like, I would rather be doing anything else in the world besides listening to those videos. So don't think that I'm enjoying this. It's not fun for me to make those videos and cut them up and listen to that bullshit over and over and over again on replay in my head.
Just go into his comment section. Go into his comment section next week. Type something about GG calling him. He'll make a video saying that never happened. You guys are all causing fun.
I know.
It's hard to keep stories straight when you have so many stories.
I know. Lionel said Putin called me. Elk Spaghetti said that about GG. Yeah, what happened? That guy got all, I guess he got all mad the other day, and then he said he was dumping all his AMC shares on Twitter. Nice guy. Thanks, Lou. Thanks for bringing your friends in. Let's see. Jamie says people are waking up. King Ralphie says Massalorian, what happened with the U.S. convoy? They're still on their way to the Capitol, as far as I know. And from what I've heard, and this is from the woman who's running it, her own voice, she said we are not going to enter the Capitol. I don't think they can right now because they put up Jersey barriers and fences. It's funny. They always said Trump was going to do that, right? He was always going to call in the military and fence it all off, but it's happened twice, and it's only since he's been out of office. But yeah, so they're heading across the country, and they were meeting up from 3 different places, locations. I think the last time I checked in on them, they were in Oklahoma, but they could be farther, or maybe Iowa. They could be farther east by now. But there's been so much going on with this and the March 3rd thing for the last couple of days. It's like trying to keep track of everything. And the other thing is I'm still waiting for my effing Super Bowl money. So that would be my money I would need to travel. King Ralphie.
You're still
for I have to get a check mailed to me. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. The Super Bowl was what? A month ago. Almost a month ago.
Wow.
Oh, man. I'm going for support. Apes vs. Wall Street says. Nice. Let's see. Boston Strong says, I like D-Walk, got in around 46. How is, I haven't checked in on that. How is the new Trump social media site doing?
Let's take a look. Let me see if I can pull that up.
Yeah, I'm curious to know how many people, I know some famous people went over and opened accounts there. How much?
It's at $97 here that I'm seeing as of now. So
nice move.
That's a pretty good buy-in. Yeah.
Yeah, nice move there.
Sure.
Nice move. Yep. Absolutely.
First Boston Strong in the Wolf Pack, so there you go.
Oh, Beantown
Right.
Strong is? He's in the Wolf Pack?
Smart people. That's all I'm saying. Smart
You
people.
a sheep or a wolf, dog? You a sheep or a wolf? Pay Mass his money. Yeah, seriously, man. I mean, come on. I took the underdog and won, and they won't pay me. Can it be, says Xanax. That wouldn't even help. After a month, I'd be out of a script. D-Walk's doing awesome. Good, man. That's awesome, Sammy boy. Nice. I'm glad. I wish I had more time to do DD to be making money on plays. You know? Like, I wish I just had time to just, kick up and read some articles, see who's working on patents, who's working on, new, well, not vaccines. I'll never invest in vaccines just for the principle of it. But, new medications and stuff like that. But the other thing is, it's really hard right now to just try to get a grasp on which way the market is headed on any given day. If you don't have some unique thing that you can buy on, or it's going to be a tough day for you. Better be right on top of things.
Mm-hmm. You just have a friend on the street. That's all you need.
What's that?
I said you just have to have a friend on the street. That's all you need.
Yeah. Just need a friend in the street. Yeah, you got a friend. Real Time says, if we don't squeeze this week, I'm going to throw a brick through Citadel's window. Real Time, why do you think? Listen, man, don't take it to heart if we don't squeeze this week in the next couple of days coming up. I know there's a lot of FUD out there about transparency and these rule passings, and that they're already implemented. Just try to think of next week is just like last week, right? There's going to be a lot of things flying around. People are going to be talking about stuff. None of it's going to matter. Just hang on to your shorts if you can. Let's see. Don't do anything crazy. Yeah, don't do anything crazy, right? Don't do anything crazy. Especially, I don't know what your investments experience is, my friend, but find some good YouTubers that maybe people will recommend you to, or, jump on some different live streams, check some people out, find a good group of people that you can be in contact with. And people who are thinking the same way you are. If you want to hold and stay in this play, you want to get paid, find people that are thinking like-minded like that. Liz, thank you, and BioLife, thank you. Liz, you do plenty for me doing the mods. So, all right, let's see. Bonnie says there are fake fur coats. Fake fur coats. There are fake fur coats, fake hair, fake news, fake people, and fake shares we can buy. True. All right, he said he's just playing. I'm like, man, I hate being the pep talk guy because, I have my own concerns from time to time. So it's like, all right, well, I do believe this, so I guess I can say it. Let's see. AMC is the only player in it. Yeah, J Beebs. Yeah. I'd rather get the shares that I spent 40 on right now, and now they're only gonna cost me 30 and cost me 29. Yep. Pantheon, what time would you think you were gonna go to? It's about 8 minutes to 12 right now.
I'm a bad penny, man. I'll be around all freaking night, if however long you want to go. If you've got other people lined up, you just show me the curve. But I'm happy to sit here and talk all freaking night. Yeah.
No, I sent a mass email out and I only got the only person that responded to me. So yeah.
I enjoy this.
I'm good. Do you mind if I just take a quick 2-minute break? Can you cover for me?
Absolutely.
Thanks, buddy.
Let me just flex a little bit and I'll entertain the people.
Do you want me to put you up big? Yeah. Show those muscles off. There's ladies in the chat. Ladies, can we get some dollars flying, please? All right. I'll be right back.
No worries. Alrighty, let's take a look at these chats because what you guys have to say matters, and we're gonna help Massalorian's channel out. This is the place. And by the way, I don't know if you guys are noticing, but the YouTubers that we're all kind of working out, this is where we converge, man. And there's a reason we're on Massalorian's channel. So this guy's the real deal. He's legit. And you know that because you're here. All right, flex. Let me just breathe in. All right, how's that? No, they want to scare you. Tell the AA story again. Oh, Sean, I can't do that tonight. That'll take too long. Mass will come back and he'll say, "What the hell are you talking about?" But to those that are in the chat, it's something we'll get to. We'll plan for that and we'll do it another time. But while AA Adam Aaron may not be the CEO of the Squeeze, he's definitely the CEO of AMC, and we can prove that he's actually had AMC in a position where it could have went right down the crapper, and he prevented that from happening in 2020. So, and it all ties into Apollo Global Management and ties into Mudrick Capital. So another story for another time. I told that earlier today in a different live stream off. Canopy says, "I'm a good dude." Thank you, Canopy. I like to think so. I'm here for the people. I'm here to help. And that's all I'm here for. Just want to share good information. It really doesn't matter to me. Like, man, people think YouTubers make tons of money. YouTubers do not make money unless you're getting tons of views and tons of videos out. And so, the amount of stuff I put out, I don't make anything. Thank you, JBeams1, for subscribing. Appreciate that. As long as I've got more subs in Massalorian, then I can hold that over him. He's a good guy. AA about to retire. He didn't say, Jamie Thomas, I agree. I am of the same perspective. I believe that within 12 months, Adam Aaron will be retired. It's speculation on my part. I have nothing to back this up. This is a trust me, bro guess. But I'm anticipating that since he's set up his retirement fund and he's getting the company back into profitability, my expectation is that, thank you, Loren P. My expectation is that Adam Aaron will be looking to retire within the next 12 months and hand over the company to a younger CEO with profitability with popcorn implemented, potentially Tony DeNaro's Popcoin, potentially a whole bunch of other venues of income. And I think he wants to have the legacy be that 4.1 or 4+ million apes holds him up as the golden goose, right? And I agree, Jamie. I agree with you. The logo on the green hat. What's the question? Was that a moose? Could be a beaver. Could be a moose.
What is that? What is it?
No, that's just whatever came on the avatar.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea.
Gotcha.
Crazy guy. Two-Face. We'll call it a Two-Face.
AMC crypto is coming. I hope so. God, I hope so. I hope they're really working on that. I hope they're really, in the trenches working on that right now. Let me see here. And the second person I've seen do the story on AA saving the company from the same situation Moon is in right now. It was Bigums who spun it first.
I will say that Bigums did a video on Apollo Global Management and how it ties in. He did do a video on that, not to the level that I've gotten into. And I definitely was talking about it before it went on, but this is not a competition. AMC Bigums is the GOAT on DD. He's one of my favorites. And the fact that we're all able to provide good is what's important. I could care less if I'm first or I'm second, as long as you're getting the good, solid, real DD.
Yeah. This, definitely, we're not making this competition at all. Not this group, at least. Let me ask you about that. What are your thoughts about that? Do you think that would have been too much for them to have gotten organized back then? Do you think it was just like too much, too fast? I was wondering about that earlier today.
What do you mean?
I was talking with someone earlier today, and we were talking about that the first group of guys that came on that were leading this thing from January to June, compared to the guys who have kind of taken it on the back end. Do you think that was too much pressure to put on them to try to like see this through and really organize and figure out? Like, I feel like they did do a lot,
Yeah,
but
what I
maybe
think
they were just too young.
I think that the people that had channels set up early on, they're like the people like Marcel, Boss Blunts, people like Bigums. These guys, they were still here. They just didn't have channels, and they were behind the scenes on on Twitter or on Reddit. And I think these guys, like myself, I was around since January, but I didn't start a channel till November of 2021. But I mean, that's not the first day I opened my eyes to AMC. I think a lot of people jumped in to create videos because I think some of the original content creators either jumped ship. We lost a lot of guys. We had Stock Guy. We had what other guy? There was a bunch of them early on that all sort of disappeared. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing for some, but we. I think we've gotten a lot of the people that really know how to do deep DD. Like Astro wasn't doing videos back in, March and April, right? Astro's doing videos now, and he's clearly a very intelligent person, right? So Tony didn't start doing videos till after the June run up. I just think we've got people that have been doing the DD that are now talking, and I think the group now is stronger than the group then. Not to put any shade on the group back then. Trey did as much. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no smoke towards them. Yeah,
I think Trey did as much for this movement as anyone. Trey, I think, kept a lot of people engaged in this play with his energy and enthusiasm back in February and March. And I think a lot of people wouldn't be in this play if it wasn't for Trey. Despite what may be happening now and your feelings on the guy now, he was invaluable to us back then, and you got to respect that.
Yep, 100%. 100%. I agree with you 1,000% on that. Yep. Despite what's going on right now, the fact of the matter is he was invaluable at that time to the whole movement and taking us to where we went. Yep. 100%. 100%. Yeah, I can't take anything away from him. He battled through a lot of stuff, physical ailments, and kept showing up. He'd be with a bum eye or something would always be messed up, and he just kept coming on. So I got to give him all the credit in the world for that. I got no smoke for Trey at all. And
I think the other thing now is we have a bigger variety of YouTubers. early on, you had Matt, you had Trey, you had TMI, like these guys were all kind of doing the same thing, right? They were all replicating what was working between Matt and Trey. Now you have different styles. If you want someone who's going to do a deep DD perspective, you've got people that do that. If you want someone that's going to get you hyped up, you've got people that do that. If you want people that think completely outside the box, you've got people that do that. And if you want someone to bring everyone together, you've got Massalorian as one of those examples, right? So like now it's more of a matter of what flavor of ice cream do you want to go with? Because there's a lot of flavors, a lot of good people doing a lot of good work.
Yep.
And J Beebs the one is correct. There's a whole lot of freaking clickbaiters out there that I wish would stop.
Still, yeah, I know.
Easier. Oh, you type in AMC stock in YouTube, you see what pops up, and there's 6 videos right off the bat saying game over, Ken Griffin going to jail. You're like, I'm not even touching those. Like, we need that to stop. And by the way, there's some conversation going around that BlackRock and Vanguard started selling shares last. That is not true. That is untrue.
They didn't?
So whoever's putting that narrative out there, suck it. That's not true.
Take a wild guess.
We've got people that have access to the filings. They have to file this information before they can sell. It's not been filed. They have not told this week. That's why you got to talk.
So here's.
Like
Go ahead. I was just gonna say that. No, never mind. Go ahead. What were you gonna say, Pantheon? Go ahead.
No, I finished. I finished my rant. These guys wanted me to show a little passion, so I gave it to them.
Okay. Yes. Movie Man was saying, where are they now? I heard that Matt Kors is back on doing AMC and GME again, right?
Well, he's putting AMC and GME on his screens. I don't know if he's talking about it. I don't watch him. I don't know.
He's just putting them up on the screen just as a formality.
I don't know. I've heard. I haven't watched them. To be fair, that's hearsay. That I shouldn't even say that. And Matt Kors has spun this into a business, and good for him. I just hope and wish that he would remember where this and respect that.
Yeah.
Which is
I wish I had his whatever his business team is. That's like, running all his social media and like, all he's got to do is just sit down and talk on the mic for 3 hours. I mean, I guess he's probably doing some, I don't know. Is he still taking super chats for like info on companies? I don't know.
Maybe somebody can shine the light on that in the comment section. I don't watch him anymore.
Yeah. If anybody knows, let me know.
Yeah, checks him out once in a while.
Yes, CSI. I started working on a thumbnail. Yes. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, Pantheon.
Is CSI going to join us? He's on here out chatting all over. We should join us, CSI.
BioLife Hemp saying, yes, CSI, if you want to jump on, you can jump on, of course. BioLife is saying, meet Kevin threw so much shade at Kors. Yeah, I haven't watched that interview yet. I've been meaning to get around to it, and I just haven't had the second to do it. Let's see.
Jamie Thomas is saying should have been Trey. Do you mean Trey in the place of Matt Kors? And I'll expand that in 2 ways. In the sense of the super successful kick-ass business. Trey also was working with the military and had some health issues. So I think, he wasn't going to focus on that. He enjoyed his day-to-day job. But in the second part about being on Jon Stewart, my answer to that is I agree. Should have been him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know if that's what he's getting at, but I'll answer it both ways. Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
But I'm not a hater on Matt Courtney, man. Oh, Jeffrey, no, man, don't worry.
No, I don't think he's detrimental. I don't think he's detrimental. The only people I have a problem with really are the detrimental people.
Yeah, Jeffrey, we're all good, man. Don't worry. If I reacted poorly to that here in this video, this live stream, my apologies, my friend. Don't worry. No, we're good. We're good.
Let's see here.
Someone's got to bring the D and C level DD. That's where I come in.
Someone's got to
I'll
bring
be
the
Yeah, I'll be Robin to anyone else's Batman. I'm happy. Self-depreciating humor, guys. I can take a joke. It's cool.
Right. All right, let me see here. Jeez, this thing is fast. One of his new content. Just now, he just put one up. I thought he was gonna chill, and we had that one day where he just had one 20-minute video, and then it all fell to shit. Meet Kevin
was an
had him on when he
interesting
lost
day.
his channel. Huh?
Wasn't that an interesting day?
Yeah,
When there was that
fascinating.
one- Yep. It was a different tone that day, wasn't it?
The name of the channel turned back to Louverse. I mean, it was a nice day actually. Just have to watch one 20-minute video. That's all I had to do. Yeah, it was nice.
And
Purple
and for
Sky,
anyone
love
in
you,
the
man. Thank you.
comments- For anyone in the comments that's like listening to, we kind of have to, because when we do these live
Yeah, we don't have a
streams,
choice. We don't have a choice.
questions. Yeah, we get the questions, so we have to kind of know what's being said so we can talk about it and help you with real info or acknowledge it, right? One or the other.
I don't think you guys understand what a shit show March 3rd cost. All of us. Well, we could have been doing a million other things with our time.
What did I do with that? I said publicly on your channel that I will delete my entire YouTube channel 100% if we pop on March 3rd because of T+1 or transparency. And I'm not trying to be a jerk, but that it's still in proposed rule stage. That was never going to happen. Could we have popped on the 3rd? Sure. Based on those two things, no. Something else, maybe. Hell, we could pop Monday for all we know. But that's how positive and assured I am of the status of these proposed rules, right? And Tony DeNaro did a really good video on showing everyone how to go with the rule states and how to add comments. Was that you or was that Tony? I'm sorry. Who did that video?
Tony did it.
Tony did it. So people should check that out. That's a good video, and it allows you information to how to log in and leave comments and what's in proposed state versus final state. Please check out Tony DeNaro's video on that. It's really good.
Yeah, he did a great job on it. He did. I gotta say, Movie Man, the first clickbait video I did was on Tom Z. I wouldn't go back and watch it right now because it's from I think early May or late April, but that was my first clickbait video saying I'm sick of this shit. Let's see here. There's a great weekend going on. Yes, MC Prosperity. Hell yeah, brother. There definitely is. Liz is saying that Review Dork won't allow anyone to talk about AMC on his Discord. What?
Interesting.
You gotta get off that Discord.
Still
Does
pumps out
Discord
videos
cost
on it.
money? Is Discord free?
No, it can be. You can charge a fee, and when you sign up with certain creators, what do you call it? What's the word? When they say sign up for my Patreon account, the Patreon's where you pay for access to that. Some Discords are free, like Boss Blunts or Kringle Kittens. Others are pay, like his. Yeah.
Lou's video responds to every comment except the ones about Rooster. You know what I did notice the other day? His clothes videos, the comments are gone. They're off from the week after we had the run up. All the comments have been shut off. Let's see.
MC Prosperities. Can you take a quick look at MC Prosperities? Is that okay?
Yeah, of course. Where is it?
He's talking about no
right
one
here?
cares.
This one?
You dork. Yeah. Now, all I'm going to say about Review Dork is he did do one video that I really, really liked, and that was probably 8 months ago. I'm not saying he hasn't done anything worthwhile in 8 months. I don't watch him. But he did one where he broke down what the using the techniques. There's a way to do. I'm draw a blank now. I shouldn't even have brought this up. But you don't just, when people say we can't hit $10,000 a share or $5,000 a share, or let's just say 50,000 a share, when people throw those numbers out, all they do is they take 500 or they take however many shares there are. Let's say there's a 5 billion synthetics, and they multiply that by that number. But that's not how it works. People are going to sell on the way up, and people are going to sell on the way down. And he did a really good video about 8 months ago. I'll put it in the comments of this stream when you post this, Mass, the link to it, because it's a good video. It shows people how when you sell on the way up and sell on the way down, you know, at 100,000 a share, the average price comes out to, I think it was around 10,000 a share. And when you're looking at 10,000 as the peak, it comes out to in the hundreds. So, you know, when you look at people buying and selling on the way up, you average out at a much lower cost, which makes it very reasonable, because then you multiply the number of shares by that average cost, and you realize when people say 10,000 a share means we're going to be at X trillion, it's actually not that high. It's lower. Anyhow, that was a good video of his. I just remembered. I think I'll put the link in for you.
Okay. Steve says Stock Daily does clickbait crap every day. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. A lot of people saying Rico. They like Rico. MC's Rico. BioLife saying I'm watching the Kansas 5. 1348 EMA.
Did you see
That's
Rico's
still,
today?
that's still playing out. What's that?
Did you see Rico did one of your today on FTDs from December and January, I think it was.
No. What did he get a count?
Well, he went through. He actually went through the heavy DD and showed where to get the file and how to look it all up, and it was good. I'm just going to say this, and I'm going to risk getting some haters on this, but you're starting to see the guys that spend their time doing Wyckoff and deep technical analysis are starting to shift and get into more heavy DD information, and that's because Texas and Wyckoff are good for retroactive tools on a stock like AMC that's heavily manipulated, but they don't predict shit. Pardon my language.
No, they do. That's the problem with them. They're great to an extent, but they can't help us really with the ultimate goal is the problem, which is pinning the date or pinning the time.
Yeah, but
it's
if Rico does more video like that, man, I'm in. That guy's good. Who's the dude with no shirt? He's a madman at the end of his rope. That's who he is.
A lot of people are saying about the clickbait channels. I know I agree with everyone that's come up in this chat about clickbait. I agree with every one of you. There's nothing I've seen yet that doesn't that I don't agree with. I was thinking about doing one big clickbait video, like maybe do like the top 10 clickbaiters in YouTube for March 2022. I was thinking about doing that. I might still do it. That's gonna take a long time to put together, but I could probably do it. Grace is saying Thomas James. Yeah, I was just watching him for shits and giggles before we came on, in between the phone call and going on the live stream, just to see what his first ad would be. Let's see.
He's got a nice voice.
Yeah, he's got way too. I mean, he's not Italian, dude, or Greek. He's like throwing his hands in the air all the time, and I don't know what's going on that side. I don't know. Crazy. Let's see. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. So I said, do it, Mass. Let's see. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll try to get it out before next week. I know I got a couple right now on the back of my head. But the thing about that is that I don't want to feel like it's malicious. I'm not trying to like knock other YouTubers. That's not the point of it. It's just, if you're going to take this information in, just understand it's a little clicky. That's all. Agreed 100% on Rico's charting. He is a great guy for our movement, though. All right, man. I'll take your word for it. Nick says the videos. Yeah, man. I figure if the information is going to be boring, at least make it so that the person will watch halfway through, right? So that the important things can get maybe out there before they click off. Sean is saying Hunter keeps me grounded more daily for AMC, not as many live streams. So the only reason, Sean, that I do so many live streams is I enjoy the chat with everyone. Like I like seeing, like this is better to me than going and reading other channels' comment sections, which is what I used to do before the live streams. But now, if I want to try and keep my pulse on this community and figure out where the sentiment, which way it's swaying, I can just do that by opening a live chat, and I'll get a pretty good idea of where most of the people that think like-minded like I do, where they're at. So it just makes more sense to do this instead of going and reading someone else's comments and trying to say, and trying to figure out, oh man, this guy's screwing his people, or I'll just turn to my people and they can let me know what's going on out there. Let's see. Rico's best video was when he was drunk. He was live. Oh, I missed it. You don't get people in the stock you want and then disappear. Yeah, absolutely not. Yep, agreed. I agree with that. I agree with that about the 5. Unless there was some legal things going on. That's the only thing I would really, really sway my opinion about that. Jose, thank you. Is it Jose or? Yeah, Jose, right? Yeah, Jose. LA says Boss Blunts is a good source for information. Yeah, you like Boss Blunts, right, Pantheon?
Yeah, and his Discord is called the Think Tank, and they've got some very smart people in there that do some very deep DD. I'm on that Discord, and I like it. It's one of my favorite spots. I check it every day. Right, the Think Tank's legit.
It is okay. I saw Pam the Traders in the chat, so I just want to say hello to her. Pam, did you see? Actually, I'm embarrassed about that outro. I gotta fix that outro. I'm gonna do that tomorrow after the movies. After the movies, before I go to bed. Let's see. Where's John Wick sniping? I don't know. I sent him an email. I have everybody on a list now. I have an AMC ape list in my email, so they got one. Oh, Pam's birthday is today. Happy birthday, Pam. Where'd you go to dinner?
Happy birthday, Pam.
I'm waiting to see because I'm so hungry right now. Let's see. Lorenda agreed. Yeah, Tony does some of the best DD, 100%.
Look, I'm going to level with you. I think the best channels that are out there right now with the best information have the lowest subscriber counts. Seriously.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we're working on it. We'll keep it going.
Yeah, well,
Pam, I want to know what you ate. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's all good. I'll talk for a quick sec about live stream since that came up. If you don't, unless you want to talk to Pam first, that's cool, man.
No, go ahead.
Pam's off. Just that I don't really do live streams. I've been on a bunch of yours now. I think this is number 4 or 5, and I make my videos on my own. I do topics that I think are going to be helpful. I spend hours and hours, if not days, pulling together the nation in a very clear, concise way that I think is going to help people understand. But it wasn't until Mass invited me to join him here on stream that I gained a whole different perspective. I still think it's good to be producing the videos, but you guys might have seen my video production slowed down. I've been doing a lot more of these lately because the intent of my channel is to touch people. That sounds weird. Is to spread information to people and help people understand better to make a better informed decision. And I feel like I can make more of an impact here, even if half of you think I'm an idiot. If the other half, maybe you learn something, or maybe this guy's okay. Like, I think it's better. I'm really enjoying doing this. I like the interaction with you guys. I do. I love it. I like seeing what the people ask and being able to answer their questions as opposed to having to figure it out myself. That's my 2 cents.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you. And just I can second that. I know that the first time me and Pantheon talked, that was the same sentiment he was expressing to me at the time. Let me see here. Everyone's getting all over you about the touching thing. It's the last thing we need in this chat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Netsuka. I was just talking about you because someone else had mentioned that, and so I mentioned your name. I don't remember. Did I? You guys are gonna have to remind me because I've read so many chats now. But I definitely was just talking about it because we were talking about macro after dark. Someone was saying it in the comments again, and I'm like, yeah, I spoke to a gentleman. Yeah, I did. I said I spoke to a gentleman. I believe a Japanese gentleman, but I wasn't sure. Yes, I did just mention you. Yeah, you have to go back and watch it. Let's see. MC Prosperity says, who's tracking Kenny's plane right now? Do you know who's on that info by any chance? Wasn't Short Squeeze channel following him?
I think he was, yeah. I haven't checked lately.
Yeah, me neither. I haven't either. Pantheon is awesome. CSI said, Path will never abuse us again.
I'm going to get vanquished by CSI.
I emailed for a new during now. They blew me off 3 days now. I surprised? Let's see. Lorenzo said, yeah, Short Squeeze channel. That's who it was. Seafood for dinner. Crabs, oysters, crawfish, shrimp. Oh, my God. That sounds fantastic.
Sounds like Pam's figured that whole life thing. She's figured that out for you.
How to have a good life? Yeah, yeah.
How to live. Pam's figured it out, man. She's doing it right.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. If you hear back, by the way, if you do hear back from them, please let us know. Reach out to one of us. Yeah, that's awesome, Pam. That sounds really good. I'm really, really hungry. Let's see. This is basically Pam saying hi to everyone, and I can't stop her because she's a moderator, so I can't even put her in timeout. It's horrible. No control. She could basically run the chat if she wanted to. She's like the AOC of Congress. Let's see. Purple BioLife is saying it's almost done. Trying to put the 64% retail ownership to a rest. What do you mean by that, BioLife? And Pam says life is too short. Yeah, you're right. You ain't kidding, Pam. When this play is over, I am taking a long break. Long break. Sam says, what is a mod? So, Sam, in the chat, if there's any controversial chats, Pam has the authority to remove people, and I can't even stop her. So she could, like, basically kick all my subs off and only let non-subscribers in the chat, and that would be awful. Movie Mang says, take callers. Yeah, I've seen, so there's a couple, I was telling you about the movie guys that I watch earlier, some of the movie channels that I watch for the reviews. There's a couple guys that take live phone calls, I noticed, from based on social media posts about them. But we could do the same thing with the comments. I think that would be pretty fun. Pam is a shot caller, pretty much. Yeah. Go ahead.
Froggy Styles does Twitter space calls at the same time as live, and then he uses that to get people to ask him questions. That seems to be pretty good too.
Can you do that with this?
I don't see why not. He's doing it on his live streams in the mornings.
Okay.
You should chat with Froggy Styles. Yeah, he's doing it well.
I added him to the email list, so he should be on there. He should have gotten one of these. I think there was like 9 or 10 people. So
yeah, and he's actually put all of us in. If you look at the description of his videos, he's actually acknowledging all partners. I've done the same thing. Because he's on board. He's great.
Wait, where is he putting the info? What, like, for what?
In the description of his videos or his live streams, when you look at, where you can write the description of the video, he's got pasted in there a section of my partners and all of us and our links to our channels. Yeah.
Oh, I should do that. I should really fill that section up with stuff. Yeah, I should do that. Yeah. This is why big YouTubers, you can tell why they need, like, people to help them. If you had, like, a massive following, I don't know how you could possibly handle it. Let's see. Someone asked about Kat Stryker. I don't know what. I haven't heard anything about her for a long time. I don't know where she is. I have no idea. I feel like something's missing in the chat tonight. I don't know what it is, but something just feels different tonight. Let's see. He has everyone on he wants and left a comment on the Fed. CSI. Excuse me, guys. No, Pam is really nice. As long as you guys are good, she will not axe you. Yeah, guys, make sure you go. I I know I put that stupid link in the video the other day, but go to that comment section, put him down. So we have a record that we told these people they had their chance to fix it. It's too late now. Whatever happened. Hang on. Can't say apes make some decent songs from the movement. Let's see. Movement says, honestly, I don't think any YouTuber should have went to mainstream media. The only person that I felt that was okay with was Payne. Other than that, but I don't even know that Payne initiated. Actually, I think he did because he was on our side from the jump. Payne was. I remember him. He went after Gasparino, saying, who the hell are you, Charlie, to be telling people that the stock's not worth anything. So that was totally. And he was saying, like, all of a sudden now a little guy makes some money and you're going to try and crush them. Yeah, Charles Payne is the only guy. And I think that Melissa Lee, that was her retribution for Naked Shorts, was making that movie. That's my thoughts.
Yeah, she pivoted very smartly on that. She screwed up on the show. Somebody must have pulled her aside, or maybe it was her idea, but somebody definitely said to her, you can spin this to your advantage. Henry on the apes be fairly fair, which she was pretty fair about it, to be honest.
No, she was.
Yeah.
I actually made a video about it. It was one of the best videos I had started. It was like 3 hours, and I think I had like 1,500 views on it. It was like a Friday night. And then I went to go do something, and by accident, I erased the video forever, deleted it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so it was gone forever. But I was talking in the video about saying how I have a feeling that CNBC was seeing this whole new retail market spring up like right under them, right? And Fox Business was getting a ton of airtime from the apes because of Liz Clayman, because of Charles Payne, and CNBC wanted to get in on the action. And so they put Melissa Lee out there because she had the Naked Shorts. And, she was like the poster girl for mistakes, but for the treachery of Wall Street to be exposed.
Well,
because they wouldn't talk about it unless it was a mistake. The only way that got out was because she said it by accident. So
they're like that kid in high school that's been dunking your head in the toilet for weeks and weeks, and then they realize they should be cool to you, and you don't forget exactly where they've been, what they've been doing. Mm-hmm. And no, I never had my head dunked in a toilet. I don't know where that example came from.
I don't know either. I thought you were going to say a trash can or a dumpster, but
I'm full of colorful metaphors.
Yes. Let's see. Meatloaf. Just remember who owns MSM and that they don't have. Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. I mean, I don't think that Tucker Carlson has my best interest in mind, but that doesn't mean that he won't speak some truth from time to time. Same with Payne. Same with Liz Clayman. She knew the GameStop report was bullshit, and that Gary Gensler wasn't coming to save us. That was 6 months ago. People are still saying that he's the new sheriff in town. Let's see. I'm trying to get some other people up here that I haven't got to go up. Yeah, Christian was awesome, right? Yeah, Christian was good. That whole interview with Dave Lauer was amazing. Really well done. And he just revealed so much about what was going on. This is, for years, decades, all the crap that he was able to dig up with his investigative teams. I mean, they won the case, and that must have been a really hard case to fight, but they won, so they must have had some good evidence. Let's see. Someone said, I was trying to find this chat here. Someone said, have I seen, where is it now? Right here. Purple Sky said, have I seen the Devil Stockbroker and Hellish Trading Floor Discord? No. That's a cool name though, but I've never even heard of that.
No, no, that's new to me too. I'm going to look them up though. Is it a free Discord or is that a charge? Is that a paywall?
Do you know Purple Sky? Is it free or is it behind a paywall?
I don't like pushing.
Kenneth B
things.
says Payne has 100,000 in this. That's right, Payne. Good point. Charles Payne bought 100,000. That's right.
Yeah.
So I'll still stick with that.
And don't
Tuesday unboxing Gasper.
forget Pelosi's still in it too.
Pelosi's husband?
Paul Pelosi. Yeah. Nancy and Paul Pelosi are still in the too. So don't forget that.
You keep breaking up. You're breaking up, Pantheon.
I wasn't saying any. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah, I was just saying Nancy and Paul Pelosi are still heavily invested. That's my barometer, my measuring stick.
So they haven't invested in AMC as a stock position, have they?
Yes. Paul Pelosi's hedge fund has a pretty substantial position in AMC stock.
That's Allen and Bernstein, right? That hedge fund that is Allen and Bernstein, right?
Yeah, I can't think of the name of Paul Pelosi's hedge fund, but yes, anything that they're making their money on. The way she went from 100 and whatever thousand a year salary to being worth over 100 million, that's how they did it, was through there.
How Nancy Pelosi became the biggest meme in investing. Here we go. Man, there are a lot of articles here about how much money they made last year from all different months. Them capital gains gonna be off the hook. Yep. We lost everybody?
No, we're still good. Tony's impressed. We're still going. We're killing it, Tony. You know, one of the ideas that came up was if we actually say we use your channel and did a 24-hour live stream and got different people to jump in at different times, right? And,
I was thinking about doing that.
Yeah, I think that'd be freaking great for a weekend, right? Keep people kind of pumped and switch people out.
Yep. I was thinking about doing like an 8-hour one, like maybe from like 4 to midnight, or maybe 6 to 2 or something like that. And then try to have like a different guest on every hour, so that would be constantly switching. And then we could, I don't know, we could build something off that. But yeah, I think that they missed a big opportunity back in the first 6 months of not collaborating more. I think they would have accomplished a lot more had they collaborated and put their heads together instead of going on these wild, personal journeys. But hindsight's 2020, right?
Right.
Everybody's saying hi to Tony. Tony, you come in the chat and just, you're disruptor. You're like, Tesla. Let's see. Leon says that'll be perfect, especially when I'm working on weekends. Yeah. I would probably wouldn't put up an 8-hour live stream, right? We'd do it and then cut it into 8 sections, and then you could just pick who you wanted to watch. But then we could take questions from the chat and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, that would be awesome. I would like to do that. Maybe before April 1st. Maybe we could try to get it done before the 1st. We've got like 3 weeks right now, so
sounds like fun.
Yeah, that would be fun, right? Yeah, Houston Wade. Yep, there's a bunch of people that I haven't been able to talk to that I definitely want to get on here for sure. Yep, I would definitely. Yep. Do another apes roundtable. Yeah, Peter Kenny's pool. The only problem is it's sometimes difficult, and I don't know if that the issue we had that night was on my end or what was going on, but sometimes if you have like 6, 7 people, it's almost too much to do with the chat too, and trying to switch out the screens and make a decent live stream. Like I don't want a shit live stream, so it's either you got to pull back on the amount of people, or I mean, you can't slow the chat down any slower than it is right now. So I don't know how that will happen. Your buddy is saying that $5.90 a gallon or a liter.
Well, that's per gallon. We do it per liter here, but yeah, we're almost at $2 a liter. So that the conversion looks right. It's brutal.
I think Lorenda's making fun of me. She's saying, "Is it too much?" No, not really. But it's just when you have 7 people trying to talk, it's hard to give each person a time to speak, enough time to speak when you have 7 people.
Yeah, we did a 6-hour live stream. You had 6 people on it through the course of the entire duration. You were on for 6.5 hours.
6.5 hours.
I came on after the first hour, but you're right. Like there was some people came afterwards and said they thought that I was too reserved, but I was just trying to give the kind of soundbite responses and let others have the shot. So it's difficult to manage many people at one shot. You're right.
It's just a lot. Oh, Lorenda said it is too much. Okay. I think she was agreeing with me, not disagreeing. Big Drip Dank Ape. OG Big Drip Dank Ape. I live in Vegas and it's getting worse here. Criminal activity. You gotta get rid of them. You gotta get rid of those people that are in the big buildings. They are causing all this. Go to a city that's not been run by Democrats for the last 50 years. Crime's probably down 75% compared to the other cities.
That's a great street name.
That's just facts.
Big Drip.
What's that?
Drip. I like that name. Yeah.
Yeah. It rolls off the tongue well. Leon, I was in Cooperstown. Oh, someone was in Cooperstown last week. That's awesome. Nice.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. That's a good time. Criminals in Vegas? No way, says Carl. Man, I haven't been to Vegas in a little bit. It's been a while. It used to be so close to me. Now it's on the other side of the country. I mean, it used to be like a 3-hour drive and I could be there. Strip was crazy. 2 shootouts in 3 hours. Nice.
Man.
Gotta love it. I swear, yeah, what happened? The last like 48 hours, gas spiked like hardcore, right? We're up to what, 119 a barrel? What the hell happened?
But I just see anything new come out that hasn't already been in play. Right.
Like doesn't really make sense why we would have had that huge spike like that. What caused that? Tony is saying, Tony, where'd you go tonight, by the way? Monaco.
I like that.
Let's see. Leon says, yes, the snow loves us. Yeah. Moodman's talking about options on this. I'm going to talk about that this week for sure. Oh, man. Why do you guys got to do this to me? You gotta be new. Oh no, that's not Nick that I was looking for. Hold on, where's that comment? Sorry, Nick, I didn't mean to pull that up. This is the one. QQ. So QQWW. I don't do times, dates, or prices on my channel. I never have, never will. It's just gonna get you in trouble. Mike's saying, here it is. This Alliance Bernstein. That's what it's called. Alliance Bernstein. I thought so. Yeah. 624,000 shares of AMC, total of 16 million.
There you go.
221. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate that, man.
Thank you, Mike.
Apes versus Wall Street saying Baltimore crime is out of control. That just started? Baltimore's had some problems for a minute, right? How about meeting me there in May? What's this? Mike, thanks for that chat. If we get all this to jump. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna want to travel as soon as this thing is over. But I got 2 places I want to go before I get to Vegas. 2 places I've been waiting to go to. my whole life, and those are the first two places. Russia supplies 15% of the oil. Yeah. No, I know, Lauren. I'm just trying to figure out what that last like 24-hour spike was. It seemed like all of a sudden gas just shot up like 40 or 50 cents overnight, but I could be wrong about that. I saw that he said that the testing grounds before Vegas to see if it would work. Let's see. Nick YD says Dubai. Yeah, be careful in Dubai. I guess if you're a female. Let's see. Careful about options. Yeah, 100%. In Texas, no real issues here as long as you stay out of the major cities. Yeah. Don't you think that's a problem? Who runs those cities? Why is everything okay except for in the cities? Yeah, I thought there was seemed like a weird spike just came out of nowhere. Like, I understand there's shit going on, but it seemed like in the last, I don't know, 48 hours, like there's been a huge move. Let's see. Leon says he also drives Lyft, so my eyes is always on gas price. Yeah, of course. How can it not be? What do I think about the people going to MULN plays? Man, I don't pump other plays on this channel. That got a lot of people into trouble over the summer. Not into trouble, but got a lot of people paper handing over the summer from people telling them to go into other stocks. That is a bad road to go down. Pam, yeah, I have to get out there, right? I mean, my family's there right now. They're just south of you, so I just haven't traveled in a while because I don't have that. Liz Clayman says she speaks some Arabic. Ex-Saudi sheik. Yeah, you said that, Liz, right? That's crazy. Movie man, anytime, brother. Biden needs to stop with sanctions. No, Biden needs to open the pipeline back up immediately, if not sooner. No, they're blaming Ukraine. Forget. They're trying to say we didn't, all of a sudden this gas shortage was just upon us because of Ukraine. Pam says she doesn't want to drive anymore. Traveling the world. Richard says he's traveling the world for a year. Oh, and Grace speaks Arabic too. All right. Hopefully not, Richard. I hope it doesn't ruin any of our plans or anyone else's that lives there.
Richard, in 2015, my wife and I took a 14-month sabbatical and went all around the world. So it's something I would highly recommend, man. Definitely, go travel the world while your knees and your body enables you to do the things you want to go do. Like we started off in New Zealand, went to Australia, Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore. We did it all, man. I could sit here. It's like 24 countries we hit in 14 months, and it was an amazing experience. So definitely recommend travel, guys. Travel as much as you can, see the world. It's a beautiful place, and it's not that scary.
Bye. Yeah, I don't know if he's gonna. I don't know if he's going to. Lorenda said she's traveling the world also. Touche. Yeah, that's her first thing I'm going to do. Gas 410 on Long Island. Tony doesn't have the jet. Pantheon does.
It's on the tarmac. It's ready to go. I'll come pick you up, Mass.
Yeah, I'm down. Yeah, you got a private jet? I'm ready. I can be packed in 8 minutes. Christine is in the house. It will be freaking awesome when we all in the chat are millionaires. Yeah, that'll be fun, right? Because how fun was like May and June? Like that was when we were having our run up. Even when we were still, I mean, it really wasn't so much of a downer, except for like the last couple of weeks. Really, other than that, I've been pretty much fine, except for right after Thanksgiving with that whole fiasco. But That was more, I was just mad at someone, not about, you know, the stock. Liz says she's driven across the U.S. 7 times, been through 37 states. I got you beat by 1. I've done it 4. Stayed for weeks or months. Nice, nice. Yeah, I had to do it 4 times, Liz, going back and forth to school. Let's see.
There's going to have to be a bunch
What
of channels.
I'm just curious, what states haven't you been to? Go ahead.
I was going to say, once we MOAS and we're all in millionaire row, like these guys are saying, you know, I think there's going to have to be some trusted sources pivoting their channels from following, you know, the stocks into wealth preservation and making sure people don't forget, put it so much for your taxes, and what are the next steps, and, you know, what do we do with I know John Wick Sniping's worried about the US dollar. He's going into Bitcoin or crypto. So there's people that are looking into gold and silver, hard assets, property. I think, you know, there's some good sites out there that take care of that stuff, but I can see a lot of channels that are in this play with us pivoting to those kind of discussions, right?
Yeah, for sure. I'm going deep into politics. Deep.
Good.
I want to get raw. All right, let's see here.
Yeah.
I just want to have the money, so if I have to, you know, get into a lawsuit, I can fight it. Let's see. South here. Pam saying she remember. Very saying about review dork in his Discord. So hold on a second. Hold up. Time out. Someone was screaming. I don't know what happened.
Yeah. What did you say that was misinformation?
I don't know. No, you were not right.
I asked the question.
Jeff, I don't watch Review Dork. I'm way too busy to play games. I don't know what's going on in his Discord. So maybe someone can help fill us in on exactly what it is that's going on. That he's just not talking. He won't talk about AMC.
Oh, is that what it is? That wasn't us. Yeah, maybe that was the comment.
I don't know. I'm assuming. I thought that was the one thing that I saw that was negative. Someone said that he wasn't talking about AMC, or he wouldn't allow talking about AMC.
I have no idea what's in his Discord. I have no idea if he has a paywall. I have no idea what he talks about, and I don't think he stated anything about that. So I'm sorry, Jeff.
No, once he started talking about day trading AMC, I tuned him right out.
Same.
It's been a while. Sorry, man. Let's see. Thailand sounds amazing. Yep, that's the first place on my bucket list, and then Giza. Lived and sold commercial real estate in Los Angeles. He doesn't allow here's Jeff. He doesn't allow AMC talk on his paid 1348 channel, but allows it. Hold on, shit. Oh, I see. He doesn't allow it on his channel, but allows it. He doesn't allow AMC talk on his paid 1348 channel, but allows it on it. Yeah, see, that's shitty. Like, it's like, dude, then you fake, bro.
Is that where it's
he used to review Fire Stick remotes, how to hack them. He's like the Meet Kevin of tech. As soon as did you fucking Meet Kevin, man? How does anybody follow him? Seriously, how could you possibly mentally keep up with that shit show?
Like I've tried to watch a few of his videos and get even 10 minutes in. I don't know either. I don't get it. Something. Maybe I'm like 100 years old, so what do I know?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm playing the Tony joke.
Good night, Lorenda. Are you playing on a what? Tony joke?
Yeah, that's kidding. I'm playing off a Tony joke. Tony does that well.
Yeah, he really is like the Meet Kevin of tech. Like, you know, he's. But Meet Kevin last night made a video, or back-to-back videos, that I just had to at least just click on and see. You know, as soon as he was done advertising everything, what he was talking about. And the first one was about telling the truth about selling off my entire portfolio. As he's still like, sign up for basics of stocks down below for discount code $7.99. Is it a set? So someone's asking, is it a separate Discord or 1348 a room in just one Discord? Okay, now Jeff's answering. Man, this caused a ruckus.
Yeah, it's
About
one Discord.
Gabe.
You can have multiple channels
He's
on
useless.
one Discord. And usually paywall parts of it and hide others from people who want sub. It's really not a big deal.
Is that how it goes? Is that how it goes?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
like Boss Blunts, for example. Boss Blunts has a section on his Discord that's hidden for just the mods. And they don't have to pay for it or anything,
Gotcha.
but he hides that from everyone else because they have, you know, moderators level conversation there. I mean, it's normal. I mean, there you go.
Okay. Sammy Boy says it's 5:50 a.m. in UK. It is. What time is it here? Damn, it's already 1 o'clock. Yeah, CSI, have a good night, man. Take it easy. Different topic channels inside it. Okay. Everyone in Cali follows Meet Kevin. He moved from flipping houses to finance, and his followers from flipping houses followed. Yeah, I was actually reading his chat. That's what got me interested. Just people commenting, like, Kevin, you're not buying the dip. Kevin, you paper handing. Kevin, you diamond handing today. What are you doing today? Because I mean, his thumbnails, his face is all over the place. You know, his mouth's open, then it's closed, his head's back, he's lying down. Sean, I only buy shares for AMC. No options. The hedge funds massacred retail and options since June, and I just never pushed them on my channel. I thought there was too much manipulation. Momo is a Chinese company. The Chinese company, I don't like their setup. I don't know what that is. The 1348 room is in a Discord.
Yeah, I thought a Momo was people that post on the weekend when we're told not to post.
That's Mumu, I think. No, that's Momo, right?
Right.
Or
Yeah,
Mumu?
Mumu's the
Mumu's a
investment
dress.
thing. I'm kidding around. The Momos are the people that post. I'm just messing around. Mumu, that's right.
I know. Yeah, she did mean I think she meant Mumu.
Yeah.
Pam said it's only 10 there. Yeah, you guys are 3 hours behind us. The whole world is buying oil from Russia. Our sanctions are on them because of jack up on the oil price. Yeah, but we slapped those sanctions on 3 weeks ago. What's this last little, 50% or 20% push we just got? Where the hell did that come from? Someone's asking, why don't I like Meet Kevin? Because he is out of control with his emotions. He's posting a video every 15 minutes with a different emotional face on it, with a different message. And if you go read his chat, everyone's confused. Well, not everyone. Half the people are confused. They have no idea what he's about to say or what he just said. And the other half completely get him. It's the half that don't get him that I feel bad for. Tony says, in Chinese, Momo means... And another thing I didn't like about me, Kevin, was he pretended to come on and be like an ape back in when he was running for governor. And he said he would match the donations that he got for his campaign and buy AMC shares with them. It's like, dude, how about you just be a fucking ape and buy the shares? Al Head the Stars asking Tony, how was the Batman? Someone wants your... Good night, Grace. Have a good night. Thank you. I don't know if Tony's still in the chat, All Hail the Star, but if he is, I'm sure he'll answer you. Sammy Boy says the Batman is killing it at box office, could break records. 2 thumbs up from Tony. Meet Kevin is a multi-millionaire grifter. I didn't say that, but let's see. You are watching Meet Kevin having a breakdown. He violated the number. Yeah, right, man. That's the whole thing, right? And Tom Nash called him out for it. He's like, bro, you fucked up. You shouldn't have done that. Like, you can't sell courses talking about buy the dip and diamond hand and then dump your whole portfolio without telling your subscribers or your members. Sean saying oil purchases have pegged the US dollar for decades now. China and India are buying oil from Russia using euros as a workaround. Yep, get ready. So Batman tonight, Christine says, oh my God, it was awesome. Yeah, I'm pumped for tomorrow. I wish I could go tomorrow night instead during the day, but it is what it is. Like Jamie just said, it is what it is. Sammy Boy seeing it tomorrow. Yeah, so there's going to be, yeah, I guess a bunch of us are going to see it tomorrow. Yeah, Kevin shit his pants, definitely, for sure. Yep. And he probably, last night when he saw some things, he was freaking out again. It's all diamond hands till you realize you have 10 million at risk. Yeah. And like Kevin O'Leary told him, you never put 80% of your position one place unless it's AMC. I see Text Arcana. No spoilers, BioLife says from Christine. No, everyone's been good tonight. Everybody's been good. No spoilers at all. It's awesome. AMC share count now, 100%. Yep, I put that in my video yesterday. I put that in my hashtag, and then I put it in a comment too somewhere today. I forget where it was. In someone's comment, I put it in. I gotta stop trolling with my actual YouTube account. Stop doing that. Does YouTube limit the number of vids you can upload per day? No, Mike, you could upload 100 if you wanted. But apparently the more you upload, the less they'll push your video out. But if you have 80,000 subscribers and, 35 or 40 of them have their bell on, they're going to get it more than likely. Pam said it was great. Awesome. Good. Glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, I'm ready for it. I'm ready. My cat's moving out if AMC doesn't squeeze. Who did Catwoman better? This year's actress, her name is Zoe Kravitz or Halle Berry. I have to say, I think Zoe Kravitz is hotter. No offense to Halle Berry fans, but I'm a big fan of Zoe. Jamie Thomas says, ask Lou. Fud Father posted 11 videos a day. Is that true? He's posting that many? Oh. Yep, I don't follow. Yeah, Stacia, it's a big turnoff, right? Like, every time you put your TV on, there's Kevin with his mouth like gaping open and his eyes roll back in his head. It's like, bro, get control of your emotions, man. Sit down for a second. Why don't you turn off the camera for a minute? Play with your kids. Yes, it was Zoe Kravitz. Nick YD, good night, man. Have a good night. If he leaches breakfast. Jamie said she's so hot. Yeah, she's smoking hot. Let's see. Not Money Advice says NFT per share count, view Astro's videos. Yeah, I watched that the other night. And then I watched another video of his. Oh, wait, hold on. Another video of his. If I ask a bartender for a Mandalorian drink, is it possible? Hey, Mask, if I ask a bartender for a Mandalorian drink, not that I'm aware of, but I haven't been to Galaxy's Edge in Disney, so I don't know what they got down there. Yeah, there's no Mandalorian drink. Nope, just don't take your helmet off. That's the way. You already talk about Jon Stewart worth getting Apple to see. Oh, Chris, yeah, man, we covered it when we first came on. We played the last 10 minutes of the interview, kind of, or maybe 8 minutes of it, and talked about it. But if you want, go watch. I mean, this is just my opinion, but if I had to watch one thing and not want to go to Apple TV, go watch the interview between the former SEC chair, Rob Jackson, and Stewart. It's about a 33-minute video. Oh, blow your mind. Meet Kevin is having a midlife crisis at 30. Yeah. Let's see. Alexa's channel says, did anyone else buy Mulan besides me? Alexa, I think there were a couple people in chat that were talking about it. MC Prosperity, have a good night, man. Yeah, I don't know. Ask in the chat. There were a lot of people that have talked about it tonight or asking about it, but I haven't taken a position in it. I don't like to play those plays. I think there's a lot of people out there with bad intentions, pumping things. Tony says he can't say for sure. And different color hair. Yeah, I mean, he ruined any chance he has of ever becoming governor, because if anyone ever shows those pictures of him with pink and yellow hair, they're gonna be like, no, bro, you can't run for governor. Although I don't know, maybe in 20 years, but he ain't gonna be running next cycle. It's on Jon Stewart's. Webstar says it's on Jon Stewart's page for you guys to go look at. I saw that. Hoosier proud. Sean P says 95% GME AMC. I'm okay with that. Movie Man says, let me. Bearded Salvi, good night, man. Yeah, I'm trying my best. Thank you. Do you feel job steward interview doing help the cause? Why or not? It depends, right? If some other big streamers saw that, I'm sure it's got a lot of attention. They heard about it. Yeah, I think that could have a big impact. 100%. Yep, especially if we start making more and more noise. It's just going to depend on how far we can take this thing. All right, I'm going to shut up. Why don't you talk for a minute, Pantheon?
Yeah, I've just been laying in the weeds, enjoying the show. You're doing a fantastic.
Yeah, man. I'm sorry. I need to shut up.
No. This is your channel. I'm here to help you. I'll be Robin to your Batman, which, by the way, was an amazing movie, as everybody seems to agree. Yeah. So we'll talk about what's on the screen of Twitter.
Please.
Yeah. I was thinking the same thing. Twitter space call said they would listen immediately. I don't think so either. Yeah, I don't. I personally, and again, like Tony said, there's no way I can prove this 100% right now, but I don't believe that we're in danger of being delisted. I don't believe that we're in danger of having, problems come through in that regard. I think the information that's out there for the status of how many synthetic shares and what's been going on, that's been known for a long time. So it's not like we're coming across new information. But I think people like Jon Stewart getting out there and putting the message out only helps us get this thing more visible. We feel like everyone must know because we know, but we're in a very small bubble here, guys. Like, not a lot of people are really aware of what's really happening here. And people like Jon Stewart putting that message out, even though next week he may just move on to another topic, it's still fantastic. And it definitely gets the message out that there's corruption going on, and allows more people to start asking the question, well, what's really happening, and is there something in this? And that's what we want to really do. Who would delist a $20 stock? Exactly, because the reason for delisting it would simply be because they've turned their blind eye all this time, and the transparency and the way the markets work has allowed this corruption to get to this point. I mean, that's them admitting their own freaking problems that they've allowed to happen. Let's see. Will Canada ever get its soul back after Trudeau tried to gut? Yes, we will. We will get our soul back. Now, here's the thing. We've got people that aren't really awake as to what the hell's going on here. We've got other people that are starting to figure it out, but they're still compliant to what's happening. We've got others that are waking up and saying, hey, I've had enough of this. And then we've got those like myself, who've been there from the start, saying, I'm not gonna put up with this BS. So, I think more people are starting to say, I think the truckers thing was a big eye opener. The big heavy push into crypto, into digital currency for the governments. To me, that's a big indicator when you see how they just started saying, well, if you donate to the truckers, we're going to shut down your accounts, and we can do that legally for 6 months. And if we're wrong, you can't sue us. Things like that are opening people's eyes going on, and it started here, but we'll be going to the U.S. next. But I think you guys I'm in Canada, so you guys in the United States, you guys won't put up with that crew here. So kudos to you guys. Don't put up with it. Mass, I don't think you're muted. Sounds like you're opening the beer.
You heard me just pump a shotgun?
Hey, something. No, it's all good, man. I think that's funny. They're all going to think I'm drinking, but that's cool because I've got the beer hat going on. What do we have next here? When's all blue? Purple Sky, I'm going to watch. Yep. Anyone eight of 10. That's exactly right. BioLife, I agree. We spend we spend all of our day and time on this, talking about it, researching it, getting all the DD, trying to make sure that when the day comes, we are the best informed decision for when we want to hit that button, and not a cent or not a whole second earlier, right? And when you start talking to people, one of the things I've been thinking about doing for a future video is what to say to people who are interested but don't know anything about the play and want to see why they should invest, right? And I think an easier way to go about it is to say, you know, we got a $20 stock, let's get it up to $1,000. I think it's a lot easier to say, how would you like to be involved in something that's got the ability to double? And let me give you some of the information as to why we're in a really good position with the shorts. And that might get people's idea to maybe potentially, you know, look at the play, they feel like maybe they want to put a little money in, but then it gets them involved into more looking into what this is, and they start to see the bigger picture of what's really happening. And we all know it's gone on longer than we expected, but the reality is, you know, the story's bigger, and we're going to be in a good position. Let's see here. Member of Parliament calls out those who support Klaus Schwab. An awesome moment. Not only that, the audio and video was perfectly clear when the MP asked the question about infiltration into the Parliament, into the cabinet, and they instantly shut it down and said, "Oh, the audio and video is bad. We can't hear that question. Try again." And you could see some dude on the floor turn right around and went right back and said something, which was obviously shut that question down. And you know, you guys haven't seen the video, but maybe you haven't seen it, but check out the Klaus Schwab video. It was an interview, I think, at the in Chicago in the university, Boston College or somewhere, but he was talking about how proud he was that they've infiltrated the cabinets across. You look at the lady in charge of New Zealand, you look at Trudeau, his entire cabinet, and they're all part of that whole mess. Yeah, but I think if you
I was gonna say, if you go back 2 weeks ago, I did a video with Klaus Schwab on the thumbnails called "The Great Reset," and all those clips that Pantheon just mentioned are in there.
And that's a great video. That was a great video. You did a really great job on that too, by the way. So people should definitely check that out on the Masses channel.
Thanks, man.
Yep.
Thanks, man.
Let's see. Where are we at now? Yeah. I'll own everything, you'll be miserable. Yeah. From a guy who's used the money from the World Economic Forum to buy himself some pretty severely large property. Just the whole thing makes, you look into it and it makes no bloody sense, right? And what we need, and what I hope is they're not going to just wake up and start asking the questions they should be asking now and realize it's too late. I hope people start asking the questions. I say it on my videos, question everything, right? Question me, question everything you hear sources of information from. If I put something out and you guys see it that doesn't make sense, throw a comment down. I answer 99% of the comments that come into my videos, and if I can't give you a satisfactory answer, don't listen to my channel, right? Put me out there as much as anyone else, right? If someone's going to tell you information, we got to be able to back it up. Proper DD, and that's what this group that we're pulling together is all about.
Stacy is saying, I really never knew what was going on, so I turned to YouTube. The news is up. Yeah. That's kind of why my channel's kind of developed into what it is now, just because there's so much other BS going on in the world. It's like every time you turn, you find some new piece of information that's false, or it's propaganda. Whatever you want to call it.
Yep. Night Proud.
Let's see. What direction am I taking my channel? So I want to keep doing this format that I am kind of messing with right now. I'd like to keep this going. Joe Rogan's got to retire at some point. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'd like to keep doing this and possibly talk about macroeconomics and the state of the world and politics. I think politics is going to be a big thing in the future. So I think that's going to be a good place to get into, and it fascinates me. So I think that's where it'll be going after the MOAS. Good night, Hoosier Proud. Chicken at $200 a pound. I'll tell you what, the chicken wings that I normally buy that would be on sale for $5.99 were regular price today, $9.99, and have not been on sale in, I don't know, 9 months. They used to go in every 2 weeks. You can get you would be able to get $3 off on them, and now they're $1 more and never go on sale. Let's see. Just to see what they're up to. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's kind of what I have to do. I have to watch CNN, Fox, and then go to the gray zone. Take the best bits of fact. Tequila shots at $15. That would suck. Just get a bottle. Harry Parrot says, Pam's drinking. Everyone's drinking but me and Pantheon. The reason why I brought that up is the lunacy that Pelosi pulled Tuesday night in the left side of the aisle. They got to go, bro. They got to go. Condola Rashad. Who's Condola Rashad? Is that I think I know who that is. Maybe not. Yeah, Liz. I'd like to try to get in touch with him too. There's a bunch of people that I'd like to possibly get in touch with. There's a lot that could help us. Just a matter of breaking through that wall. Like, I've reached out to Bill Burr a couple times, and heard back from his people, but there won't be. What in Kelly? What's going on here? Hang on a minute. What does it say? Kelly, that doesn't mean that there won't be a MOS. That probably makes its probability higher. $8 gas by May for sure. Oh, I hope not. Kelly says the only way is when the DOJ puts a life sentence for short sellers and parents complaining should all get life sentences. No, but the hedgies should. There should be jail time. That should be, there should be at some point when you cross a certain line, there is no return, and you need to be sentenced, a minimum sentence. All right, Pam, I'll be there. It's going to be a while before I can get to that wine. Let's see. It's going to be $1 an inch soon. I know. I don't know. All right, Pantheon, do you have anything else you want to maybe mention or talk about? It's 1:15. I got to eat something. I was tied up from 4 to right before we came on, so I haven't been able to eat anything. I'm famished.
Right. Well, we're creeping up on 200 minutes here, so it's been a good run. I could do this all night, but I thank you for having me on tonight. It's been fun, and
thanks for coming.
I've got nothing major to bring up here tonight. There's a story I'll tell sometime about Adam Aaron and his history, and I think it'll put some people a little bit more at ease.
You guys will like this story. Trust me.
Yeah. But other than that, I just want to say thanks to everybody in the comment section for supporting Massalorian's channel. We're putting a group together of good DD YouTubers that are going to work together to make sure good information is making its way to your hands. And we're digging into some stuff right now. In fact, Mass, I've got some information I'm going to share with you off of this that regarding the whole Kansas head office, because they're incorporated in Delaware. So we don't actually follow the request.
I saw that.
So the request for a meeting, an emergency meeting, don't follow Kansas state law. They follow the law of Delaware where they're incorporated. So I'm digging further into that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I noticed that the other day. I was looking through something and I was like, oh. I'm like, okay. Yep, that's good. We'll talk about that. All hair star, good night. Good night, guys. Carl, good night. Thank you. BioLife. I am Pam. I'm going to eat right now. Is fine really enough to stop? No, Kelly. We've been finding them for decades and it has not worked so far. So yeah, and we appreciate all you guys, of course, for coming on and having dialogue with us. Apes, good night. Chris, good night. Webstar. Richard, thank you for the clips. Tony, good night. Thanks, buddy. Hope you had fun tonight. Purple Sky, good night. Love you too, Liz. Can you find me a young, chic, single woman? Daughter? No? Okay. Good night, Pam. Yeah, pray for Ukraine, guys, too, for sure. Go eat a $6 taco. I gotta find something in the freezer to frost it. Hammer, good night, Chris, Freddie. Appreciate you guys. Pam, love you. Happy birthday. Mike says Ukraine stays strong. All right, guys, have a good night. Me and Pantheon are signing off. Thank you all for coming,
Later.
and we will talk soon.
Thank you.
Pam's like, don't leave me. I'm sure